This show's a daily contest to see who's dumber.
Mark Hochman.
Oh, I wish I had a 6-inch churro.
Channing Crowder.
What you don't see is what you haven't seen.
Alejandro Solana.
I do struggle reading.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
They're not like us. They're not like us. They're not like us.
Sports.
Mike Cuno, eat a damn French fry.
You ever been to London, Joe?
I have.
Try the mushy peas?
No.
Blue old dang.
More sports.
The Marlins play the Washington Wizards on Monday.
A couple texts coming in regarding your sausage.
The most sports.
What about if they give...
No, terrible idea, Jimmy.
The Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show begins now.
Here we go on a Wednesday. We're all in studio today, which means obviously we're having technical problems because we never come to the studio. And so we got to figure out exactly how to make the studio equipment work. Crowder can't get his headphones working. And I think we might be live on YouTube. I'm not sure. Are we live on YouTube yet, Jimmy?
Should be.
All right. I'm told we're live on YouTube from Jimmy. So if you want to watch us live, this is just a test performance. You know, we post our video clips at the end of a show, but we're going to do the entire show live on YouTube. I don't know where on YouTube, but you can find us, I'm sure. I think it's 104.3 WQAM. Solana's in here. Solana's trying to fix Crowder's headphones, so you can imagine how that's going. you can just imagine. Now, I have seen two engineers here, Solana. I don't know if you are, the one who should be doing this.
Yeah, they told me to restart it.
So we'll get it all straightened out. We have I'm not lying, a loaded potato. If anybody's watching this live on YouTube, you have to be enjoying what you're seeing. Crowder looks confused. I honestly don't know what Solana's trying to do. What are you trying to do? He's wiggling cords. He's wiggling cords.
He should have told me to wiggle cords.
You can put Crowder's mic on. I mean, he can't hear the headphones, but we can still hear Crowder.
He should have told me to wiggle cords.
Funny, man. He doesn't sound right though. Are you sure we have the right mic on for him?
The light's on, huh?
Yeah, I'm very aware of how the lights work. Oh, Solana's going to give lectures on how things are working right now. Solana doesn't have a single thing working. He's like, lights on, Hoch. Lights on, Hoch. Hoch. I know if there's one thing I know, it's engineering. Lights on, Hoch. Now he wants Crowder to move his actual position at the console. This was excellent preparedness on behalf of everyone involved with the show. Glad everyone can witness this live on YouTube. Hope you are. I mean, look at what Solana is doing. Lights on, Hoch. Everything's working fine. The light's on, Hoch. Oh, my goodness. How do we feel now? No, that mic's not on. Nothing working there. I mean, staggering ineptitude.
Hey.
Is that you?
Is that me?
I don't know. It doesn't. I can barely hear you if you're talking. So. Hey.
We're good to go.
I mean, I don't hear him at all. So.
If I talk, I can scream. I think I'm going through.
No. Yeah, you're going through my lights on though, Solana. So.
Look at that.
Look at that. Lights on.
Lights on.
Criminies. I mean, this is something, man.
We got action, Jack.
What an operation we're running here. People wonder why we don't come in. who could go through this all day long?
Jimmy went to the bathroom. El Baño ran off.
The person helping us more than anybody is Vlad, who's letting us know that Mike's 2 and 3 are apparently crossed up. That would have been very useful information.
Well, they're both on now, which means you're going to have some sort of feedback on one of them or echo on one of them. So if they're crossed, we can have him back at his normal spot after a commercial break. And anywho, the communication stellar once again. He's not on anymore.
I'm not on. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
I mean, so this is gonna. So that light is on when that mic is on.
It looks like that's
Interesting because your answer before was lights on, Hoch, but it seems like actually
you're gonna blame. Hold on.
it actually.
Hold
Well,
on.
no. You jumped down my throat. No. You jumped down my throat. Lights on, Hoch. But the truth of the matter is, you really need the opposite light on, not the light that you were designating as being the one that needed to be on.
So this is on me.
Yeah.
One mic has the light on. I hear you guys. Like, I don't even hear
I
you.
can barely hear you.
I can barely hear you.
We should have stayed home.
How is it?
Why am I here?
It's great at home.
How is it my fault? A mic is turned on, but the mic that's not turned on is picking up the audio.
Oh, I didn't say that it was your fault.
Okay.
You're the guy who yelled lights on, Hoch, as if, hey, there's no problems because the light's on. All I was identifying was the lights on still seems to be a problem. So maybe throttle back the lights on, Hoch. That's all I was saying. I never said it was your fault. I said maybe an engineer could come in here and fix this up instead of you rattling cords. I thought maybe you were going to be a little out of your comfort zone, which, by the way, you were. Because he's got mic 2 light on. He's sitting at mic 3. No one can hear you. You can't hear us. But lights on, huh?
Lights on, huh? We're ready to go.
I mean, he sounds like 1,000 decibels to me, and I sound.
I don't know which volume to lower.
Unbelievable. But the light's on. So everybody settle down.
I don't know which mic to lower. Do I lower 3? Do I lower 2? Do I lower 1?
Wow. And here's the thing. We have spent 2.5 weeks ripping Mike McDaniel for not being prepared.
Yeah.
And then when the game starts looking like he's confused, and our game started 8 minutes ago, and Solana's climbing under the table. He doesn't know what he's looking for. This is like talking about personnel not being able to get into a huddle on time. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, I got a light on. Lights on, Hoch. That was his name. Lights on, Hoch.
I hope we have it on video. He plugged and unplugged my mic 3 times.
Several times.
And then wiggled the cord in the back.
I told them there's no volume in the studio. Like, I couldn't hear anything in the monitors. He was unable to fix that. And it's just turning a volume up or down.
Oh, that
He was unable to fix that. Oh, yeah. Big shot, big engineer guy. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, then handle that. Fix that.
No, Hoch, you're right. I don't know how to turn a knob. That's right. No. I'm
I
so
know how
happy.
volume works. I've been around volume all my life. It's low, it's high. It's a volume knob. Pretty much that's the way volume works.
Hey, Hoch, lights on there too. Just so you know,
Yeah.
lights on there too.
Maybe you need to get your eyes checked. Maybe there are no lights on. I can tell you where the light is dim. I'm looking in your eyes. Lights dim, Channing. The light's dim.
He's Lenny off Mice and Men. The rabbits. The rabbit.
Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Unfortunately, I can hear you. Unfortunately, I can hear you fine.
Rabbit George.
I mean, we have Lenny running the show. Lights on. Do you see the rabbits? You see the rabbits, Hoch?
The rabbits, George. The rabbits.
And then, like, he blurts lights on. And I'm just supposed to pet the back of his head, like, great job, Alex. Great job, Alex. You really nailed it. You got the lights on. The mic doesn't work, but you got the lights on. So
that light is on. That light is on.
The lights on, George. The lights on. No, literally.
By the way, I imagine this is what it sounds like when Mike McDaniel's calling the play. And it has to sound something like this, right? What personnel package do we have? They're all in, George. Who's all in? Devon Achane's running back and forth. Tyreek just pulled himself out of the game. Everyone's in, George. What? Who's George? Oh, my God.
Man, I cranked up early today.
He's funny, though, because he's the guy. I mean, literally everything is going wrong. But he has decided, as long as he's got a light on, I make my stand. You know what I mean? Like, nothing's still working, but there is a mic light on. So now he's going to stop everything. Lights on, Hoch! But nothing is still working.
Big man.
But like he found the thing where he thinks now he's back in control.
But you're just
Lights on!
you're just asking ridiculous questions. Just the most ridiculous questions. Hey, clear. Is the mic on? Is the mic on? Hawk, the light's on.
He's doubling down. I'm asking ridiculous questions, trying to see if the show is on the radio. I mean, Hoch, you're asking ridiculous questions. No one can hear you, and I'm running around, and I'm just plugging wires in. But the light's on, so the light's on, Hoch.
So when I don't have Jimmy's mic on, people are saying they can't hear me. So when Jimmy's mic is on, people can hear me. When Jimmy's mic is off, people can't hear me. This isn't my fault. Look, my light's on, Hawk. My light's on.
It really is not his fault.
I'm not saying it's his fault. He's the guy who blurted out while everything was still wrong, the lights on, Hoch, as if that was the solution to everything. Like we were all waiting for the light to come on. We just wanted the microphones to work and to be able to hear each other. That's it. Like literally that was it.
Yes.
I didn't want disco balls. I wasn't looking for a laser show. I wasn't looking for waiter and waitress service. I wasn't looking for anything other than, can we hear each other and can people hear us? And he decided everything was fine because he saw one light on, and so he made a big show of it. Lights on, Hoch!
Not the blame, it's the arrogance.
It was the arrogance that everything had been done because a light was on. We are live on YouTube. Now, I see comments up there. I don't know if we'll see them throughout the show, but somebody says, I wonder what the first segment was supposed to be. Interestingly enough, it was going to be worse than this.
Oh, man, y'all got my stomach hurt.
Mackerel. Sports Talk on WQAM is sponsored by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Stream your local NFL game live every Sunday, all season long. I just want to use that in anything that goes wrong in my life. Sex life, I can't perform. I'll just yell at Lori. Lights on, Laura! Lights on! Like that's the get out of jail free card. So you thought everything's fine now, lights on. That was the part that I was having trouble comprehending.
That in college. Freeze! Right. Lights on, officer.
Lights on, officer.
Oh no, going home. Everything's okay.
That's how they should answer at Dolphins press conferences. Omar asks Mike McDaniel, why can't you get the personnel in on time? Lights on, Omar. It's the universal blurt out for everything is fine. Whatever you think is wrong, and it's obviously wrong. The moment I yell lights on, Hoch, everything's fine. It's almost like it's like the neuralizer in Men in Black.
Yeah.
Everything's going wrong. When I yell, he's like a hypnotist. When I yell lights on, Hoch, you'll forget everything. You'll forget everything that went wrong, and everything will be working again. Lights on, Hoch. Oh, what a beautiful day here in El Portal.
Hypnotic.
God. Anyway, stream your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long, starting at just $30 for your first year. That's like $250 a month. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. In the meantime, he's trying to get you to move from one seat to another and your computer and the camera, and he's got like 1 foot on the wire. But again, he's taking time out to yell, "Lights on!" But in the meantime, it's bedlam in here. It's bedlam. But he's got to pause everything. Lights on, Hoch.
Because you're yelling at me. Like I'm actively trying to fix the situation. Oh, so are you sure the mic is on, Solana? Are you sure? Are you sure the mic is on? The light's on, guys. What do you want me to tell you?
I was never asking you, are you sure the mic is on? Because I knew the mic wasn't on. That's why I kept saying the mic's not on. Your solution was yelling, "Lights on, Hoch." But it didn't fix the mic. I'm hesitant to ask him for headlines because I don't know what the hell is going to happen.
Or lights on.
At my funeral, please, for my eulogy, Solana, just walk up there and say, "Lights off, Hoch." When I go, and 7/8 of the room will not understand. Lori will be very angry, but you and Crowder and Jimmy will have a great laugh when you walk up to the mic and say, "Lights off, Hoch," and just slowly walk up.
I think that's a great idea.
Oh my God! All right, we're good now. Now we're up against it because we have guests coming on and we got to do headlines. So let's do headlines with Solana. Brought to you by Doral Hyundai, home of the Pricito. Our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Hyundai or DoralHyundai.com.
The Miami Dolphins have released their injury report before tomorrow's game, Thursday Night Football. You guys want to hear the player that are out for tomorrow's game?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Darren Waller, in or out?
Out.
Well, we know he's out.
Yeah.
Well, he's out. Lights off. Storm Duck. Storm Duck is out.
Yeah,
that's bad.
Iffy Melifonwu, our starting safety, is out.
Mm.
Darren Waller out. Benito Jones, Chop Robinson, Jalen Waddle are officially questionable for tomorrow's game.
All right. I saw a couple of Bills inactives that are kind of a big deal if you believe our offense can get anything going. I forget who it was.
Matt Milano defensively for Buffalo. I don't know if he's officially out, but I think he's out.
Yeah, I think he's out.
Yeah, that's a big loss for them. And I think Ed Oliver is out as well.
The good news is Len will never ask us to come in again because he's like, he asks us to come in because the big boss lady's in town. He's like, "Hey, do you think you can come in and do the show?" And if she walks past here, she's going to see smoke coming out of the studio. Solana's holding up light bulbs. just a complete cluster bleep.
Hope she didn't listen to this first segment.
Joke's on you, Len.
I think she's listening. I was in her office.
Oh, boy. I mean, the lights are on. I don't know what else to tell you. The lights were on for the microphone.
Yes, everyone saw the lights on. Everyone saw it. It was just the defiance with which you said it as if it was like the father who says, "Enough." Kids are fighting and it's like, "Enough." And it was like you were saying, "Enough. Everything is fixed. Lights on." But none of us cared if the light was on. We just wanted the microphones on, being that this is radio.
I just wanted to talk, Solana.
But here's the thing. Hoch's the guy where, like, the tidal wave is coming. You're standing on the beach, and he's like, "Uh-oh, we're all going to die." Like, "Oh, no, thanks, obvious. I really appreciate it." Like, I know the mics are off. I know we have an issue. I'm actively in there trying to fix it. Jimmy's pooped his pants. At least I did better than that. And you're the guy that's like, "Hey, Solana, nothing's working."
No.
Way to go.
Here's the difference. I know what my limitations are. for you to say you were in here actively working to fix the situation. You were plugging the headphones back in and out and jiggling a wire. We have the video.
Very true.
We have the video.
I was watching you.
So you're the guy, as the tidal wave is coming, who starts digging in the beach with a spoon and says, I'll make shelter for us.
I'll get the water to divert.
Yeah. Let me build a quick levee system here with this plastic spoon I got at Baskin Robbins.
What you didn't realize in the video is that I was actually unplugging the transmitter, plugging the transmitter back in.
Listen,
I was checking our noise reduction.
You should have left the transmitter unplugged if this was the result.
Y'all laughed at me for beating on the table. I think I was more efficient.
You had the best solution out of anyone.
Something might be a little wiggly.
Thursday night football tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. Has the line moved? I'm trying to open up the Hard Rock Bet app right now.
Well, turn the light on. Lights on, Solana.
Dude,
It was 12 last time I looked.
it's 12.
I think it's pretty much settled in at 12 and 49.5. I don't know what'll happen, around game time tomorrow, but
I love my bet. What I hear on the way in, we drive it in. So now, I'm listening to Tobin and Leroy. Yeah, they run the ball efficiently and all this stuff. Tobin, I appreciate your positivity. There's no damn chance in hell they beat those Bills tomorrow
I
night.
don't see a pathway. I'm not even saying to win, a pathway to not being embarrassed on national TV.
So the MVP is coming back, and you're missing a starting safety and corner. Like, let's be logical about this.
I think they gave him a game. I really do. I'm going to stick to that. I know I'm on an island with this one, but for whatever reason, short week, Bills are missing their starting linebacker. They're missing one of their defensive tackles as well. It's the third game. The Dolphins looked a lot better in the second game. I think they'll look better in the third game. You get that intermediate passing game looking how it did in the second and third quarter against New England, and you're able to just run the damn football. If it's to the left side, Crowder, it's got to be the left. Avoid Keon Smith and Larry Borum or whatever other bum is going to start. Fine. I think they can move the football. I really do.
And what is, because we need clarity because you like to BS people. What does in the game mean? Single-digit loss?
Yeah.
If they lose by single digits, I'll be impressed.
One score game in the fourth
I will
quarter.
be impressed.
Yeah, I'm with you. But, yeah, then you'll come back and say, oh, they were almost there. No, not almost
Jimmy
there.
the Donk made a great Photoshop of Solana's face on Mike McDaniel, and he's looking exasperated, and he's yelling, lights on, lights on.
You want to see the best comment throughout that entire first segment?
Yeah. I didn't know Solana was white.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
As he's wearing his Coco Golf shirt.
And he turns into Antonio Banderas when he says Spanish words. What did you just say?
All right, guys. Your weather right now in South Florida, a lot of rain. It's supposed to rain every single day for the next 10 days. That is your weather.
All right. Zack Gelb is going to join us in the next segment. We've got Everclear tickets to give away today again. Everclear bringing the Sparkle and Fade 30th anniversary tour with Local H and Sponge to the Parker on October 9th. We've got a pair of tickets every day this week, so just keep on listening for that. And Zack Gelb will talk some NFL with us in the next segment. I want to talk about Perfect Choice Roofing first because maybe you need a new roof. Maybe you need a little roof repair. I am telling you something. My guy Party Peter at Perfect Choice Roofing has you covered. Remember the website, roofhotline.com. Perfect Choice Roofing offers instant range estimating, meaning you can get a price range of your roof within 30 seconds and see different roof options at the same time just by visiting roofhotline.com. Like I said, maybe you don't need an entire new roof. Maybe you just need some repairs. Any homeowner knows you get a couple shingles that go bad here or there, a couple roof tiles that go bad here or there. It can turn into a major, major problem.
Don't let it become that. Take care of it now at roofhotline.com. Party Peter and roofhotline.com have you covered. There's no job that they can't do. So if you do need roofing assistance, contact Perfect Choice Roofing at roofhotline.com. Again, Party Peter and Perfect Choice Roofing have you covered. The website, very easy to remember, and it's got all the answers right there. It's roofhotline.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
You know who never just kind of mails it in?
Oh.
The Costco guys. Get $150 in bonus bets instantly after placing just a $5 bet. That's right, bet $5, get $150 in your account right away. So sign up today. You've got Thursday night football tomorrow, Miami and Buffalo. Line is 12. Over-under is 49.5. You've got Miami and Florida Saturday night at Hard Rock Stadium. You want to make that game even more interesting than it already is. Line is 8.5 on that one. I don't see a pathway for Florida, but that's another story for another time. But download the Hard Rock Bet app, and you can make football season even that much more fun. Refer your friends to Hard Rock Bet. You'll both score a bonus bet up to $50. It's up to $50 for you and up to $50 for them. Bet together, win together, roll with us on Hard Rock Bet. Make sure you follow Hard Rock Bet on social media as well. You'll see some of the huge tickets that they pay out. Download the Hard Rock Bet app today. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. All right. Zack Gelb is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. By the way, before we bring on Gelby, Mike Tyson is bringing his Return of the Mike show to Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in December. And it's stories and more with Iron Mike Tyson. And it's all updated stories. If you saw his last show, we're giving away tickets. So if you want to win tickets, the code word today is IRON. Text the word IRON, IRON, to 20357. That's 20357. For more info, you can go to WQAM.com. It's a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Don't text and drive. You can purchase tickets at Ticketmaster. But if you want to win the Return of the Mike Tyson ticket, text the word IRON to 20357. Zack Gelb, he can be heard nationally every weekday afternoon on the Infinity Sports Network, and he comes to us from the WFAN studios in New York City. You're a big Pats fan, Gelby. Did you enjoy what you saw on Sunday from the Pats, or did it make you a little nervous watching the Dolphins claw their way back into that game?
I thought early on in the first half, I was getting ready to dance on the grave of Solana and Hochman. And then in the second half, I may or may not, when I was in the pool in Vegas, drinking a lot and watching the game, I may have had a few tweets in my draft saying the Patriots are just a first half team and they were horrible in the second half. Devon Achane, thank you very much. I'm a big Devon Achane guy, always have on this show. I didn't know he was going to step out of bounds like that, so it works out perfectly. But actually, guys, I'm a little bit annoyed with you. Channing, no issues with him. I know what my relationship is with Channing. He came on my show a week ago. He was excellent. I get it. Channing and I, we're not going to be best friends. When he's in New York, he's not going to hit me up. But when I'm sitting there interviewing Dana White, and I have Dana White throwing up the U sign, and I text you three bozos, no response back from Hochman or Solana. You guys all ghosted me.
But he's been there. He's been showing up at Canes games. Like he's decked out in Canes gear. You didn't have breaking news. All you were doing was telling us something we already knew.
But still, I got the photo for you. Here I am, busting my ass when you guys don't pay me anything to do this segment. I'm giving you content left and right. I work harder on this show than Solana does, and you guys don't even give me a thank you text. So bleep you two.
I can't say that you work harder than Solana, because for the first 20 minutes of the show today, he was fixing wires and jiggling boxes.
Fine. I show up more on this show than Crowder does. I'm at least on time for all my segments.
I got a lot of jobs, Gelb.
How many times does Crowder just pop in 10 minutes into my segment? You know, be quiet, Steve Harvey. Shut up. Who cares that you're interviewing him? You're talking to me.
Crowder could get Steve Harvey to throw up the U, Shaq to throw up the U, Kevin Hart to throw up the U, all the A-list celebrity he's with. Not him. He doesn't do anything. I'm with Gelby.
Yeah, and screw Billy Napier and screw DJ Lagway. Let's go Miami. The Cavender twins, screw them. Carson Beck, baby. Mario Cristobal. Sid Rosenberg's dear friend, by the way.
Dear friend.
Dear friend.
You a-holes. You don't respond back to me in a text. Disgusting. It's almost as offensive. It's almost as offensive as Solana going to Joe's Stone Crab and not even ordering the stone crabs, or then when his girlfriend says, or his fiance, hey, you should try it. He uses a fork and a knife with the stone crabs like a stunad.
I have to see when you texted us that picture, because we must. It was Thursday night at 8:15 our time. Thursday night at 8:15, that's Thursday night football.
Right.
Yeah, we're watching Thursday night football.
Oh, let's be real, Hawk. You're not watching Thursday night football. The only way you're watching is if you have money on it. So unless if you have a big bet and we haven't heard about it, you're not watching it.
Of course I had money.
You're probably watching Matt Mervis in the single A or something like that.
First of all, by 8:15, I'm still not even close to getting logged into Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to get into that thing till at least 8:45.
Hawk's
At
been asleep
8:15,
for an
you're having
hour.
your 17th avocado toast of the day, for crying out loud.
He's been asleep for an hour. 8:15? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cutting's at a sports strip club at that point, too.
as a Patriots fan,
Yeah.
and I don't get into they won the game and they lost the game, but that damn last drive, I came on Monday. I was embarrassed to cheer for the Dolphins after what they did that last drive. Is that fireable, or is that because who came on and said it was like that looks like we're headed in the direction of not running a team anymore?
Of a firing.
Yes.
That Mike McDaniel, like, I forget who it was yesterday, saying that that's the pathway to being fired as a head coach. The quarterback is complaining after the game that they can't get the right people in. You're calling timeouts when you need to be running quick plays, and that
First, it was a Cuno.
no, because Cuno's today.
Cuno wasn't that. It was like it. But
Appel.
you go
It
from
was a Pell. It was a Pell.
1st and 10 to now 2nd and 20, and you're down by 6. Like, what are we doing here?
I'm shocked that you guys didn't win the game. Like, I know we're having fun here with how that ended when they got the ball back. And I've been extremely critical of Mike McDaniel. I've been critical of Tua. I thought Tyreek was going to be a disaster this year, and I still think inevitably he'll get traded. But how they didn't win that game, Milton Williams was phenomenal. But still, for Mike McDaniel, they're going to get slaughtered probably by the Bills. If they could just keep it like 28-17, it almost feels like it's a victory, even if they lose that game. But the next 2 games after that, I think you guys play the Jets and the Panthers. You lose one of those games, I don't understand how Stephen Ross justifies keeping this coach around, but Stephen Ross is the same guy that has employed, your general manager, Chris Greer, for 7,000 years. So who the heck knows what he's going to do?
Were you impressed by the Patriots, though? I know you're saying you can't believe that the Dolphins didn't win, and we've talked a lot about the Dolphins. I think you're in the same boat with us. Inevitably, Mike McDaniel is going to lose his job. But are you impressed at all by the Patriots through 2 weeks? I mean, finally, their quarterback gets a win. But who was it? Ben Volen yesterday that told us that's only the second time where he starts and finishes a game and he actually earns a victory. So I don't know, like, the idea that the Patriots with Vrabel were going to be number 2 in the AFC East, I'm not feeling too great about that.
I'll say this. Let's look at what he's working with. The offensive line is improved, but it's still a problem. They have some good running backs this year, but the wide receivers, you still don't have. I know they have Stephon Diggs, but he's not Stephon Diggs of old. You still don't have a bona fide number 1 wide receiver. Like, I'd be curious to see, even though the Dolphins' offensive line is no good, if you put Devon Achane, if you put Tyreek Hill, if you put Jalen Waddle with Drake May, I think that would be a really fun offense to watch. I like the way that Drake May played in the game. It may be his best game as a pro, but last year he put lipstick on a pig and he really had nothing to work with, and he was turning garbage into gold constantly. I look at Drake May. I see a little of Josh Allen in him. I see a little of Justin Herbert. I see a little of Matthew Stafford, but they got to surround him with more talent. And with that being said, in week 1 to week 2, here was the biggest difference. Week 1, they had a conservative game plan. They were calling it like Tom Brady was the quarterback. You now have a mobile quarterback, a dual threat quarterback, a guy that if everything gets cooking, you hope he could be a Josh Allen, a Justin Herbert, a Matthew Stafford. Those types of guys, you got to start calling a more aggressive approach on offense, which they did to their credit up against the Miami Dolphins. So am I walking away saying, oh my goodness gracious, this team is great? Absolutely not. But I do look at the Patriots as they could still be the second best team in the AFC East. And you don't have to be that good to be the second best team in the AFC East. The Jets stink. Their fans took a moral victory in week 1, and they got embarrassed in week 2. Mike McDaniel, he is insufferable at the podium, and now Tua can't stand his guts. So the Patriots, if they could just get to 7-8 wins, they'll be the second best team in the AFC East.
Do you see a pathway tomorrow night for the Dolphins not to be embarrassed? I'm not even saying winning the game. I'm saying a pathway to it not being an embarrassing night of primetime football for the Dolphins.
Yeah. 2 things. 1, short week. It's divisional game. Those games could be close. So that's one. If I had to give you more of a football perspective, that Bills secondary, I know Justin Fields was horrible, but that's more so Justin Fields. We saw the way that the Ravens moved the ball up against them for 3.5 quarters. This got to be a massive Tyreek Hill Tua Tagovailoa game. They got to use their speed. If they use their speed to their advantage and don't turn the ball over early, they could keep it close. But at the end of the day, as long as Josh Allen is healthy, I just don't see how he doesn't do enough to at worst case scenario, squeak by with like a 23-20 victory.
And Gelby, big picture, NFL all around. Who's surprising you? Because I knew the Chargers would be better with Harbaugh. They look like they can really compete in the AFC. Who's surprising you right now?
Yeah, Jesse Minter will be a head coach one day, their defensive coordinator. For them, it's all about getting wins now because eventually the Chiefs will get things going. It's going to sound like a lame answer, but it's the Packers. Like, I knew the Packers were going to be good. We knew the Packers were going to be good before they got Micah Parsons. But now it feels like the Packers are maybe the best team in the NFL and a legitimate Super Bowl contender. And you look at what they were able to do in their first 2 weeks. They smothered the Lions, and then they did a very nice job up against the Commanders. Lions were the 1 seed last year in the NFC, and the Commanders were in the NFC Championship game. So if I'm a Packers fan, I would be very, very, very happy. I think the surprise parts are more on the negatives. Like, you look at the Kansas City Chiefs being 0-2, extremely disappointing. The Bengals, ironically, they're 2-0, but now Joe Burrow's going to be out for 12 weeks. So there's disappointment there with the Burrow injury, and we'll see if Jaden Daniels plays this week. I know he's iffy right now, they say.
If you had to redraft the quarterbacks from the Burrow, Tua, Herbert, Hurts draft, who are you taking first overall? Who are you taking second, third, and so on? Because obviously, it was Joe Burrow at the time, but another injury, and with the way Herbert's playing, I know Burrow's been to the Super Bowl, Gelb, but I do think there's an argument right now that if you had to redraft and look at longevity and everything, Hurts and Herbert might be one and two.
Why is Tua not part of this equation? He seems to be more durable this season than most NFL quarterbacks.
Oh, no, he is part of the equation. He's last.
The YouTube comments are going to be killing you on that one. If we were doing that draft over again, I would go Burrow, still 1, even though it's starting to look a little Andrew Luck-like, and he's getting hit as much as David Carr, but I would still go Burrow 1. He took the Bengals to the freaking Super Bowl, for crying out loud. I then would have to give the slight edge to Jalen Hurts, too, just because of the clutch gene. Now, you have to build the right team around him, but he's outplayed Mahomes now twice in a Super Bowl. Herbert would then be 3. And if you put Herbert 2 and Hurts 3, I wouldn't crush you for it in this conversation for the draft. And then 4th would be Tua Tagovailoa.
Jordan Love, I think, was that draft too, right?
Yeah.
Second round.
No, first round. They traded back up to go get him. That's when Aaron Rodgers put the 4 fingers in the scotch. I would put Jordan Love in front of Tua too.
Oh boy, I can't even argue with them.
I
wish I could.
Let me tell you, my favorite part of Channing Crowder's appearance on my show was he goes, Gelby, I hate to say this because you're going to clip it and you're going to use it against me, but you were right on Mike McDaniel. You were right on Tua Tagovailoa. And Crowder, you bet your ass I clipped that.
Let me ask you something real quick, because I asked this of someone yesterday. Mike McDaniel, let's say he doesn't make it through the season, or makes it through the season and then gets fired after that. Is he a head coaching candidate moving forward for teams who are in need of a head coach?
So he hasn't been miserable. Like, they have made the playoffs twice under Mike McDaniel, but hearing him speak, I don't know how he even got the job. Like, that dude at the podium, guys could talk themselves out of future jobs. To me, moving forward, he's an offensive coordinator. Maybe he wants to get involved in the college game. I think that could be interesting, but I don't think he's NFL head coaching material. I've said this 2 years ago. I'll say it again. I got the coaching ick with Mike McDaniel. I have the coaching ick now with Ben Johnson. And that was before the start of the season. What he said about Matt LaFleur, win a game first before you start talking crap about Matt LaFleur. Your offense can't do much. You're criticizing the tush-push, saying it's not an explosive play. You're the Bears. You never had a 4,000-yard passer in your franchise's history. You take a first down, you take a touchdown, even if it comes the way of the tush-push. And then the most egregious one, I'm a Michigan guy. I like Colston Loveland, but he's nowhere close to the player that Tyler Warren is. How the heck did they not draft Tyler Warren in front of Colston Loveland. So Ben Johnson, sorry, Hawk, I know I'm going after you today, killing the Dolphins and killing your Bears, but geez Louise.
No, you can't not believe in Ben Johnson after 2 games. You can start to not believe in Caleb Williams, but
I'm just saying, I had maybe he goes on to be a good coach. I had the ick with him. I've had the ick with him before the season even
You were right on Mike McDaniel. He did have the ick on Mike McDaniel.
When I've only given the ick out to one other coach. That was Mike McDaniel. Now we're trying it with Ben Johnson. We'll see how that works in a year or two when I still work for you guys and not get paid a single dime to do the segment.
Okay, well, Eberflus and Ben Johnson, who you have the ick with, Caleb Williams with a Sean McVay. Like, could Caleb still be good? Because we see the talent. He looks bad in games.
You know what it is? Some guys are just not made to be an alpha and a leader. This kid has talent. He's elusive. I just don't know if he galvanizes that locker room. And when things don't go right, and quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks, you have to overcome adversity. In week 1, I know it was terrible in week 2 for J.J. McCarthy, but J.J. McCarthy embarrassed himself and then somehow won NFC Offensive Player of the Week. That kid has moxie. That kid has toughness. For Caleb, has so much talent, more talent than J.J. McCarthy, but he just doesn't have the adversity and the toughness gene yet.
Zack Gelb from the Infinity Sports Network. We immediately let any guest go when we hear them utter that kid has moxie. That's just a show rule.
It's all right. Jimmy has moxie. I love Jimmy. He's my favorite person on the
Jimmy
show.
does have moxie.
F all 3 of you clowns. Goodbye.
He fits at the WFAN studios. He's perfect.
I can't tweet out a you picture, man.
He's perfect. He's absolutely perfect. All right, Zack Gelb from the Infinity Sports Network. We'll take a break here.
Make 2025 the year you finally get the Cadillac that you're watching ride down the road. You're looking at the neighbor's driveway. Get your own. And at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac, they have your back during the Road Ahead sales event. That means you get all the savings on all the best Cadillacs out there. Right now, you can get behind the wheel of a 2024 Cadillac Lyrics or XT4. You pick which one you want. Both two beautiful vehicles for only $319 a month. Or imagine how much you will be saving on select models of the 2024 Cadillacs. 3.9% financing and $1,000 purchase allowance. My man Teddy Morris, Chris Atkins, the GM over there, they're watching out for you. They want to get you in a beautiful Cadillac. Whether you're driving to the game, going to pick up the kids, going to the grocery store, on a hot date. Come on now. You ride up in a Lyrics or XT4 for only $319 a month at the date, you got something going. And financing is low as 3.9% plus $1,000 purchase allowance. Get ready for the road ahead at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. And I'm telling you, my entire driveway is backed by Morse. It is a great feeling to be backed by Morse.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I'm just saying that I'm Hoch. We talk Tua. Hoch Tua.
My
tonight, rolling through Wednesday.
How many Crowder? Hijack the radio for a few hours. Turn it up louder. Somebody checking the tower. Jimmy's asleep and Solana has got some TB to devour. Shining the gator that been in Miami so long. We got that boy selling powder. Hawk the OG. Give him a spritz. No game, no tricks. Locking your picks. The show is lit. Monday to Friday from 2 to 6. Georgie on the track so you know it's lit. Tell me where you at, little buddy, don't trip. We got you. Miami to Boca, McRib your Boca. From football to b-ball to hockey to baseball to soccer. Yeah. Miami to Boca, McRib your Boca. From football to b-ball to hockey to baseball to soccer. Motherfucker, hockey Crowder, hockey Crowder, hockey Crowder, hockey.
That's our 3 o'clock hour theme song from Georgie Music on social media. JORGMUZIK. He's going to have a new Hochman, Crowder, and Solana track by tomorrow's show, we believe.
Remix.
So he is in the lab. We are live today on YouTube, and if you were watching at 2 o'clock, I mean, we've never had more technical problems, and it had nothing to do with the YouTube feed, by the way. Like, that part was fine, but it is delightful that YouTube was able to chronicle just what a disaster the beginning of the show was, and then Solana just had our engineer, Ed, in there during the commercial break, and Solana lit him up, man. He lit Ed up. Ed ran out of here, fearing for his life. Man, Solana was fired up.
I appreciate the screenshots on Twitter, though.
Somebody has tweeted out.
I got a couple.
El Capitan, Chris, from the Finns tailgate, has Solana bending down. Actually, a weird-looking picture. Solana bending down on Crowder's lap, jiggling wires.
I'll tell you what, Hawk, all these years, you thought me and you were in a different category. Crowder, I'm not that impressed.
You know I'm half white.
Oh, my goodness. That was funny, man. I cannot wait to see the video of the beginning of the show because it's almost like you can't even believe. There were people on the YouTube chat, which I am not going to stare at throughout the show. So you guys can chat amongst yourselves. That's fine. It just takes my attention away if I'm reading what everybody's writing. Mm-hmm. But man, those who were watching and chatting, how are these guys getting paid for this? By the way, you probably didn't hear our 4 o'clock hour yesterday because it may have been worse.
His panicked aggression is something that
he
really
does not like Solana. We're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He does not like when things go wrong on his watch, and he gets very prickly. The problem is things always go wrong on his watch, but he's never ready to acknowledge that things have gone wrong, and no one's saying anything other than pointing out things are going wrong. Like no one is like, we're just having fun with it. Yeah. But then he all of a sudden becomes Captain America and is like blurting out things that don't have any relevance to getting things right.
What's that show back in the day where the police officer just was an idiot, but just everything fit, Barney Fife or something?
Oh, Andy Griffith's show.
And
Barney
Fife. Everything's going bad, and he's just, oh no, man. Yeah, this is my town. Yeah. No, it's not.
He is funny, man. I can't wait to watch that video. The fact that it was all caught on video today is just delightful because, I mean, Solana's ass is in the air on the camera because he's jiggling wires under the console with no concept. By the way, the engineer, Ed, who does a great job, came in here during the last 30 minutes. I've watched him graph out on a piece of paper what lines need to be fixed and rewired and reprogrammed. So now you take that, Ed, an engineer graphing out what needs to be done versus Solana, King Solana, jiggling wires and yelling, "The lights on, Hoch! The lights on, Hoch!"
while laying in my lap.
And in the meantime, you've got an engineer who's like doing mathematical calculations to try to get everything right. But Solana's like, you guys weren't doing anything to fix it. And now we know neither were you.
We'll see. I'll peer review that manuscript from Ed and let him know what I think.
Hey, I need to talk to HR because I wasn't comfortable in that first segment.
Woo! I mean, oh, yeah. Well, you experienced something that none of us want to.
Co-workers, brother. I don't know if you wanted to go further.
For those interested in College Game Day on the UM campus Saturday, 5 a.m. is when the line opens to be part of the College Game Day set, you know, where you have all the school's fans. 5 a.m. is when the line opens. 6:30 a.m. is when the pit actually opens, when you can start to fill in the pit, which will be the backdrop to College Game Day. College Game Day goes live at 9 a.m. and 11:45 is when the guest picker will be there. Have they leaked who the guest picker is? Do we have any idea who it's going to be on Saturday?
I have no idea. I heard Tobin say something about Pitbull at one point, but I think he was just guessing.
Who did they do when they were on campus?
The Rock.
Was it The Rock?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big get. And they do reuse guest pickers, so he would be
skinny
be a
now.
big get. He lost a ton of muscle.
Worried about him.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked different. Like he looked gaunt.
Yeah, he was tiny and frail. He's a big human.
Was it A-Rod?
No.
maybe
was
it
it A-Rod?
Yeah, I think it was A-Rod.
Not The Rock. It was A-Rod.
The Rock lost a bunch of weight.
No. But A-Rod was the guest picker.
I thought you said A-Rod got thin. Boy, if you want to see somebody that can talk, A-Rod can talk.
Someone, and I said I wasn't going to look at the chat, but somebody on the chat says someone needs to go to game day with a sign that says "The lights on, Hoch." How great would that be behind Kirk Herb Street? The lights on, Hoch.
That would be great.
The lights on, Hoch.
If you're going, please do it.
If someone does that and you can prove it's you, I'll get you 2 Panthers tickets this season. 2 Panthers tickets. I get to choose the game because I know you're going to ask me for the banner raising night, you jackals, and it ain't going to be that night. But I'll get you 2 Panthers tickets.
I forgot about it. Let's be classy, Canes. You know, don't talk too much nastiness in the background.
Going to be hard not to. You lost to USF.
Let's see if I can ask. Let's be a little classy.
It'll be difficult not to.
The Miami Herald did like a breakdown of College Game Day history in Miami, and I'm just looking here because I remember reading it. Hurricanes guest pickers, who have they been? And here are the guest pickers all time for Game Day in Miami. Alex Rodriguez twice, 2017 and 2020 when Miami was at Clemson.
And he likes that. He likes to flex his sports knowledge outside of baseball. That. He likes that.
Michael Irvin did it twice as well, 2019. Just once.
And you know he's going to be there because he'll be on the sidelines.
Uncle Luke did it in 2017 for the ACC championship game.
You know Luke would love to do it.
I want Luke to do it.
Yeah.
How about this? Stu Gatz in 2020 for Miami.
I do remember that because they had just started their ESPN broadcasts and they were kind of leaning on game day to let Stu Gatz do it. I do recall that.
That's awesome.
That it?
That's it.
I like Gloria Estefan.
You always go Gloria Estefan.
I mean, she's Miami. Pat Riley.
That would be great. I was thinking, what other sports?
Oh,
and
what about Matthew Tkachuk?
That was what I was thinking. The Panthers are Stanley Cup champions.
And their season's going to be starting in a few weeks. That might be something.
Chucky's a good get for sure.
Yeah,
but are they Miami? None of them are from here.
That's a good point as well, though.
Like Bobrovsky,
no.
Canes will win.
What about Matt Mervis? I'm thinking outside the box, but no.
Way to ruin that.
Bring him back from Arizona for no reason.
Tyler Hero, I think, would be a good get too.
Was probably gonna be Haywood Highsmith, and man, things went south.
Does Tyler have eyebrows now? Didn't he cut his eyebrows off?
Yeah, he did. He did shave them down to like a 1.
15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored is brought to you by the Lexus TX. Room for all your passions and 3 rows of luxurious comfort. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. So
take off my eyebrows.
Dolphins Bills tomorrow. We're going to have Game Day Uncensored beginning at 4 p.m. on this show. The line has moved since our show started. It's 12.5 now. It was 12 when the show began. It's Bills minus 12.5. Over under is 49.5. We're going to have a pregame meal tomorrow at Tucker Duke's in Deerfield Beach. Mike Cuno is going to join us in the next segment. I did offer to send him a town car and pick him up in Kendall and bring him to Tucker Duke's, but he is too busy. They're doing a Dolphins pregame, and he said, unfortunately, he can't make it. So saves me the cost of a town car, which is nice. But if anyone wants to go to Tucker Duke's tomorrow, we're going to be there eating Hochman burgers at 11:30 because we got to be back home at 2 to start the show. It's going to be an abbreviated show. But if anyone wants to join us at Tucker Duke's, you're on your own for the Hochman burger. I'm buying it for. So here's what happened. Crowder's coming. Aronde is coming. Solana and Jimmy, did you guys decide if you're coming or not, or you're not going to be able to make it?
I'll be there.
Jimmy will be there. Solana, you going to make it up from Kendall or no?
I don't know. Maybe.
All right. Well, if you do, Jimmy, I know, orders like plain burgers. Josh Appel's going to be there with us. He wants to get it without sour cream. He really doesn't want anything on it, to be quite honest, but he wants to get it without sour cream. The Ticket Wizard does not like raw onion. And so he wants to get it without the raw onion.
Oh, y'all are grown men, ain't it?
So here's the thing, though. The Ticket Wizard has graciously offered to pay for anyone's Hochman burger in our group who modifies their Hochman burger. Because I'm only paying for Hochman burgers that are served as is on the menu. Ticket Wizard has said, you know what? Anyone who gets it modified, like Appel, Jimmy, I'll pay for it. He also said he's going to make a large donation to the Russell Education Foundation tomorrow as well. So anyway, we're going to be at, so I invited Cuno. Cuno cannot make it. So town car is off the table, but I do think Clay Ferrero is coming. He had mentioned last week, he was on with us that he wanted a Hochman burger. So I told him we'd be there. So I think he's going to be there.
He's a prickly eater too.
I was surprised that he wanted to get the Hochman burger. Remember, because he said it on the air. He's like, that Hochman burger sounds delicious. And that shocked me because I didn't think he eats stuff like that.
No, Clay, you was heavy.
Right.
Right. But
you never lose heavy, even if you change your lifestyle.
You fight heavy.
You fight. Yeah.
He got the flap, right? He still got the flap. He told us about the flap.
He did. He in a like every time I watch the Pivot every now and then, like you see the coming attraction, the new Pivot episodes with Steve Harvey. He's talking about losing his dad. You know, Crowder lost his dad recently. And I see Crowder's crying. Crowder's tearing up. And I can tell when Crowder's fake crying. That was a real cry.
That was a real cry.
Because Crowder fake cries on Tamron Hall. Right. It's so fake. Like, it's so fake. Yeah. How anyone buys that is beyond me. But this was legit because Steve Harvey was talking about losing his dad, and it hit Crowder, and Crowder was crying. Like, that was legit.
Only person that ever told him consistently, I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
that
and he lost that.
And he lost
when
that.
his dad died. He lost that, and it hit Crowder. But I was thinking, like, on the Pivot, they get all these emotional, revelations that we never get on this show. Clay gave us an emotional revelation by telling us that he was heavy at one point in his life and has the flaps. I thought that was, and the only person who's ever cried on this show?
Who? Solana?
Off the air. Gino Toretta.
He did. Gino,
when he was getting his number retired, he was talking about his dad not being able to be there because his dad has passed away, and he started to cry on the air.
Man.
And I was like, I was on top of the world. Remember when he started to cry? I was like, I did it. I did it. Weird reaction, admittedly.
Very weird reaction.
Yeah. And now they're using his number again. So wasted tears.
Wasted tears.
They are? Who's using his number?
There's guys using 13 this year. Someone's wearing his number.
He cut it loose.
I don't understand.
He didn't cut it loose. They called him and said, you're cutting it loose.
No, we asked him, didn't we?
They didn't give him much of an option. They said, we're going to use 13. Like, they gave him a heads up. They didn't cut him loose.
Okay.
Like,
what?
Yeah. They're using Vinny Testaverde's number this year, too. I think they're using 14.
So why do they retire numbers? Just retire names. Like, hey, this name is going into the Ring of Honor.
Now you're going to make Gino cry again. All right, let's do headlines here because Mike Cuno is going to join us. I want to talk some Dolphins with him, although he told me that he sat down with Carson Beck today. If we want to talk Carson Beck with him, he was with Carson Beck. Headlines brought to you by Durrell Hyundai. Durrell Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Durrell Hyundai or DurrellHyundai.com.
This piece of news is for Crowder and Crowder only, I believe. I don't think Jimmy fits in this category. I know Hoch does not. I do not either. But the Miami Dolphins, starting tomorrow, have collabed with Crocs, and you can buy Crocs Miami Dolphins collab, and it has like your Crocs.
Crowder still wears Crocs.
I got Crocs on right now.
He loves Crocs.
They're so comfortable.
It's an NFL collab. They've done all NFL teams.
Oh, okay. Well, the one with the Crocs with the Dolphins has a fin on it on the very top. It literally has a dorsal fin coming out on top of the Crocs.
That's lame. They give it to me for free. I'll wear it, but I got Gators.
Those
These are
little
Gator
pins.
Crocs. Yeah, I got some
pins.
Gator Crocs right now.
Mm-hmm. That's the part of you that's half white. Your love for Crocs. That's where that comes from.
I don't know. A lot of black folks wear Crocs.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it's old. You know what? I don't even know if it's white, but I think it's just old. Because Birkenstocks for sure were white people.
I think my son still has Crocs. He wears slides more than Crocs, but I think he still has a pair of Crocs.
I just know a lot of old guys.
I got to get some Crocs then.
No.
He just said old guys.
Go with Birks.
Crocs.
Go with Birks.
Don't wear Birkenstocks.
Yeah, I have a pair of Birks.
How about Timberlands?
That's what you need to get.
Yeah.
You need to wear some Timbos.
Some cargo shorts and Timbs.
I walk around Boca in Timbs.
The Miami Dolphins will play tomorrow versus Buffalo. If you missed the injury designations earlier, Darren Waller confirmed out for the Miami Dolphins. Ife Melifonwu confirmed out for the Miami Dolphins. The good news, I didn't even mention this, Jalen Wright not out for the game tomorrow, so he could make his season debut.
You see that guy in the Timbs? He's always getting avocado toast.
You'd be the first person in Tim's to eat avocado toast.
I like to zig when others zag.
You can set a world record.
And the Buffalo Bills make it official. Ed Oliver out. Matt Milano out.
Good news. Sent the line up to 12.5. Why?
Shaq Thompson is questionable. Teron Johnson, their starting cornerback, questionable. And Cam Lewis, defensive back, questionable. Jordan Hancock will play.
Fellas, they've given the Dolphins defense given up 66 points in 2 games. The Bills have scored 67 points.
You feel like the Bills could score 50 tomorrow night if they want to.
It's not looking good right now. The sample size we have looks terrible.
Yeah, but who'd they do that against? The Ravens? I mean, come on. Who cares?
Oh, yeah.
Tua's rushing over set at 1.5 again.
If he just jumped forward at the sideline, he could hit 2.
If he jumped forward, he risks everything.
He runs out of bounds at the line of scrimmage like 3 times last game.
Don't they got to just let him go for it? Because Mike McDaniel was asked about it as well.
Yes, of course they do. If you have a quarterback, I mean, it's crazy. If you have a quarterback who's going to quarterback your team, you have to give him the option to run and scramble and extend the play. And if they don't give him that option, this is going to continue to happen.
And every time he gets hit, he gets hurt. And you just saw.
Okay, but if he doesn't have that option, they're going to keep losing, and he's going to lose his job anyway. So what's the difference?
And they don't have a chance to win if Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers are the starting.
They don't have a chance to win if he has zero ability to extend the play because their offensive line. I don't know if you've noticed, and now I'm not making fun of Keon Smith the way you guys are because I saw that dude. I'm not saying a word about that guy. Yeah, that's right.
But what's the boy's name? Milton Jackson? I don't know. He slapped him in his head and ran around. What chance does Cincinnati Bengals have to win now that Joe Burrow's down? You think Jake Browning is going to take them anywhere?
No.
If Tua gets hurt, the season's really over.
They're 0-2. He has shown zero ability to extend a play. which I don't know if you saw the 4th down pick last week. He could use the ability to extend a play. And I think this is coaching driven, where they're saying you can't do it. You have, if you feel a mitt on you, go down, because that's what he does. Well, then you're going to lose games that way. What's the difference?
The top teams, let's think about it. They all have mobile quarterbacks. That might have been a misstep on our part.
It was. Now you got to let him go. You got to let him go. You go, hey, we're trying this. It's not working.
Cut him loose.
Do what you do. Do what you do as a quarterback.
Run plays that Lamar and Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts run.
I'm not saying that, but he can't just be forced to throw the ball out of bounds or run 2 yards and slide. Just, man, be Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield had 30 yards rushing, and both rushes were so critical
to win the game. He won the game late. Tua gets flipped over because Baker's last run, that first down, Tua gets flipped over, lands on his shoulder head. He might be asleep, Hawk, and we're in trouble then.
But we're in trouble if he doesn't do that, is my point.
He wasn't running when we were scoring 70 points. What was that, 2023? He wasn't running the speed option in 2023.
Again, I'm not saying to run the speed option. I'm saying extend a play. All right, come on, let's wrap it up so Cuno has time.
I do want to revisit that in the next hour because Tua had some very, very honest answers about Josh Allen that a lot of Dolphins fans are taking issue with, but we'll circle back to that in the 4 o'clock hour. Your weather right now in South Florida, rainy once again, humid, hot, and you probably need an umbrella if you're leaving your car. That's your weather.
This commercial break couldn't come soon enough because Jay Fig has just emailed out the May newsletter for the radio station. So I want to see what happened in May.
Nice. Only 4 months ago.
Bet she's on that. That'll be exciting to relive those moments. Mike Cuno is going
I ain't dealing with y'all today.
Imagine she's your tax accountant. I just finished your 2019 taxes. Oh, thank you. Can you send them right to my cell?
Did y'all wake up and choose violence today? I'm not fooling with y'all today.
I mean, if you're going to email out the May newsletter, maybe don't put exclamation points on it. Maybe do it.
Oh my God, you're not lying.
I'm not lying.
Sneak it out in lowercase.
Maybe do it more subtly, like May newsletter. Like, I can't believe it's September 17th. I'm putting out the May newsletter.
Can you think of one thing that happened in May?
As I say, this is like a scrapbook. This is going to be fantastic to look back and see what happened in May. Oh, God bless us all. Mike Cuno is next. I've been telling you about Eric Nunez's award-winning team at Doral Hyundai, the #1 Hyundai store. Now they've got the North Miami store moved up to #2. So we're talking the #1 and #2 highest volume Hyundai stores. It's where everyone is buying their Hyundais because they simply sell for less. They have thousands of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, all priced below their competitors. No one has more in stock, and no one sells for less, period. So if you're in the market for a vehicle of any type, why pay more? Save money and pay less at Doral Hyundai and North Miami Hyundai.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Hawk, what's the address to the NAACP Delray chapter?
Get to Cuno in 1 second here. NBA Central tweeted out, and this is not Centel. This is the actual Twitter account. Jimmy Butler has reached out to the Warriors front office to try to understand exactly what their plan is.
You'll cause trouble.
In the ESPN article, they mentioned that Draymond and Jimmy have checked in and reached out to Jonathan Kuminga. I can confidently say that Jimmy Butler has also reached out to the team and been like, what's going on here? I just want to know the plan. Have fun. Have fun.
I love when you get our headache.
Their plan is paying Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green $300 million combined, and now they have to trade Kuminga, and nobody wants him.
Have fun. All right, before we get to Cuno, Thursday night football this week. That's tomorrow. Get ready to enjoy the game tomorrow and the entire football season at your favorite Twin Peaks location. Twin Peaks is the place to watch. That can be your headquarters for pro and college football all season long. You know you'll have a great time at Twin Peaks. Football and Fireball is a match made in heaven. By heaven, I'm talking Twin Peaks. Spice things up next game day with a shot of your favorite cinnamon whiskey. Brew Day is back every Wednesday. Oh, that's today. Every Wednesday in September, they're celebrating one of the most beloved things in the world. Do you know what that is, Crowder? One of the most beloved things in the world.
Beer.
Get to Twin Peaks. Score 22-ounce Twin Peaks brews on draft for just $3.99 all day every Wednesday during September. That's Twin Peaks. They got them all over South Florida for you to enjoy. Perfect place to pull up and watch a little football. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
My first answer wasn't acceptable.
And I don't think they could discount that there anyway. Before we talk football with Mike Cuno, I remind you the best place to get geared up with Canes or Dolphins merch this season is Caneswear in Davie or online at caneswear.com. Mike Cuno on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline, sports anchor on CBS 4. He hosts Dolphins Weekly Live on CBS 4. You see him nationally at times on CBS Sports HQ. Mike, let's go back to Dolphins Patriots first because you saw the game, and Dolphins played better than week one. There's no question, but they're nowhere near where they need to be. So do you have any thought that they could straighten it out? Forget about tomorrow night even. Is there any way they can straighten it out this season?
Define straightening it out. Like what would be
not embarrassing? I don't know. That's a fair question.
Lose by a little.
Because like, look, they were more competent in week 2 than they were in week 1. That obviously that is a trend upwards. The problem is, man, you know what? It's funny. At the end of the game, it reminded me. There was a few years ago, and I believe this is the end of Brian Flores' era, where like they had these issues of trying to get plays in on time. And I can remember Mike Gesicki jumping up and down at the line of scrimmage because he's like the only one who knew what the play was, and that was sort of the flashback I had last week. The crunch time stuff, you felt good. I mean, even with the kick return for a touchdown. Actually, no, I take that back. That is crunch time right there. You just had the big play. You got to make a stop on the kick return. It seems like the easiest thing to do. Those are the things you have to clean up because they bounced back after their little bit of adversity in the first quarter where they go 3 and out and they get booed off the field. Between that and the punt return, there was ups and downs, but you felt better until the end of the game. But that's where games are won in the NFL. Every game across the league, for the most part, except for the Dolphins in week 1, is essentially a one-score game at the end. That's how this league works. Those are the fine lines between being a good team, a bad team, a top pick in the draft, or a playoff team. You got to clean up the crunch time stuff.
And Mike, speaking about that crunch time stuff, or just the process, that 2-minute process, we've been doing that for 4 years. You go back to Flores, but even in the first year of McDaniel, are we still doing? Hoch calls it telephone. Is he still sending it to Frank Smith and Bevel, and then back to Tua, and then back to Mike to
Donna
go back
Ponte
to Tua?
Gets it somehow.
Are we still doing that?
That's you know what, and that's maybe the frustrating part, Crowder, is because you saw the 2-minute drill, the 2-minute offense work great at the end of the first half. They moved right down the field in about $130 and put points on the board when they knew they were going to get the ball back at the start of the third quarter. And that was a huge swing in the game. So I don't understand what the disconnect was from that end of the half to the other end of the half. Like that operation had been working at one point in the game. We saw it in action live, and it'd be a positive. I don't know the answer to that question because for part of the game it worked, and then for the other part it didn't. So there's something there. Personnel needs to know when they're coming in and out, who the personnel is going to be. Just in that, you just can't have it, especially when you showed you could do it early.
Mike, last week I asked you what was one thing you thought the Dolphins absolutely needed to execute in order to improve the passing game, in order to just improve the process offensively. You said establish the run game, and I think we were all in agreement that was imperative. They only had 61 yards rushing against the New England Patriots. Is that A, because they're down? That's a part of it. B, because the offensive line, especially on the right side, is just already kind of wrecked with injury. Like, are they going to be able to run the ball against Buffalo? Because if they can't, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, that's, Ed Oliver not being there, that might help them. Look, we knew there was going to be ups and downs with, let's just start with the left side of the line, right? Because they're young. We knew there was going to be the growing pains there, but you were counting on veterans from the center over to the right tackle, and now there's injuries. Yeah, that's tough. And the other part about that whole thing about what they need to get done to be successful is also stopping the run. I can't help but think. Remember when the Marlins had Ozuna and Stanton and Yelich in the outfield, and you're like, why aren't they winning more games? Like, I don't want to feel that way about the Dolphins edge rushers. Like, these guys are so good, but they can't get to that part of the game if they can't stop the run. Like, I want to see Chubb and Chop and Jalen and Judon pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. But when they're in 3rd and 2 all game, that's you're not going to get to the strengths of your defense. So yeah, both lines, when it comes to the run game, that's the most important thing, I think, for this Dolphins team.
Is there a simple answer as to why it's looked so bad this season? I mean, I maintain the Hurricanes look better than anyone expected through 3 games. And I don't know what people expected from the Dolphins. I can't imagine many people expected the way Indianapolis handled them, and then the way, New England jumped out to a 2-touchdown lead, even though they missed the extra points. Is there a simple answer as to why it's looked this bad?
Are you asking me if there's like a turn the light on situation for you?
Yes. Lights are on.
That's cute, Cuno. That's cute.
Sorry, you guys were talking about like Jimmy Butler before I came on, and I was like, I think I just found the Jimmy Butler of this trio.
Lights are on, Hoch. Lights on.
No,
did you see, because we're on YouTube today live for the first time. We always post our clips, but we're actually doing it live today. Did you see our first segment?
No, I was in the car, and it was chaotic.
Chaotic is absolutely the perfect word.
I didn't know what happened. I was driving I was in the Starbucks drive-through line, and they usually lower the volume so that people, the barista doesn't think I'm listening to some crazy podcast or something. But this time I actually turned it up. I was like, I need to be, in this with somebody.
Wait till you see the video. Wait till you see the video. What's your order at Starbucks? Just a black coffee?
Well, yeah. Tall Pike Place.
I mean, why bother going to Starbucks then? Like, why not go to 7-Eleven?
Tall Pike.
Yeah, Tall Pike. Why not go to 7-Eleven? Because it's probably half the price.
Why don't you stop having people follow me when I order or make food?
I got a DM from someone who was watching Cuno at Goldie's charity event the other day, and they're like, man, this Cuno, all he's eaten from the buffet is a salad and just chicken from the fajitas, like just took a couple pieces of chicken from the fajitas.
Why? Mike, you don't have to live life this way, man.
That's not entirely true. I also got the steak sandwich, but I pulled the bread away and ate the steak.
But like, was there like a cheesesteak sandwich?
No. It's just steak, and then there's like toppings you add to it. But I'm just there for the beef.
Did you have a green apple for dessert?
No, but no, I had one for breakfast though, because he had the green apple and a banana.
He just swallowed air.
This is delicious air. I'm so satiated after this big gulp of air. I told you we're going to get Hochman burgers tomorrow at 11:30 at Tucker Duke's. I was going to send you a town car, but you're not interested.
Dude, it's like an hour and a half away from me too.
Dude.
That's why I'm sending you a town car, so you can take advantage of your time. That way, you're not driving. The town car driver is.
You got to send something faster. It's got to be one of these Amazon drone delivery system things, okay?
But if I sent a town car for you, the hour and a half you spend in the town car, you can do all your work. You can write all your stand-ups and your interview questions and your tosses. Like you take advantage of your time. Then you have a Hochman burger with us, and then town car takes you back.
I can't. I'd be riddled with anxiety about what I was about to eat, so I wouldn't be able to focus.
Fair enough.
Send a horse and carriage too, if you want to.
Crowder says nobody says town car anymore.
Town car is a ridiculous phrase.
Oh well, you're just not living the high life, Crowder.
That's right. You ain't living the town car life. Getting that town car, they got a couple drinks there in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's that
couple
town
mini
car
bottles
life.
of water.
Oh, so nice. Breath mints.
Sedan.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't know.
All right, we got to let you go. We're out of time. Mike Cuno, are you guys airing the game?
Yeah. Solana texted me yesterday. Did he not relay the message to you guys?
I don't know. Every time he talks, we kind of our brains meander somewhere else. It's like the Charlie Brown teacher when he's talking.
I might have him blocked on text.
And I'm like, oh, okay, SVN7, I guess. I don't know what he really said there. No. So it's the game for those who don't have Amazon Prime. There's always a local affiliate who carries Thursday Night Football in the cities that are playing. So it is CBS 4 tomorrow.
Yeah, we have like an hour's worth of pregame coverage for you. We have the Coach Mike McDaniel show and then our own pregame show leading into it. So you get all your Dolphins coverage you need, and then the postgame show after.
Yeah,
right, very good.
With him and John Conjimmy,
It's
I enjoy
very
that show,
good.
Mike.
It really is. So, because I'm in Palm Beach County, so I go online to CBSMiami.com or whatever it is, and I watch the stream.
Thank you.
And it really is the pregame show, Dolphins Weekly Live. They air that in Palm Beach County. One of the CBS affiliate picks it up. But the postgame show, you guys do a great job breaking it down. You really do.
Thank you so much. Yeah, John and Bo are great because Bo's about as honest as it gets when it comes to that, and John's really good at the technical stuff. Those guys, I do nothing. I just tee them up and let.
Well, the only issue is they have a sponsored feature and they have a big open for it, and it's Mike's Take, which is horribly named, by the way. I mean, there's no alliteration. There's no Mike's Take, but then he doesn't give you a take. It's just
what it is. I'm taking your time. That's what it is.
Hey, Mike, how good could it be if you actually had nutrients in your system? You know what it is they have to prop me up out there on the field because my bones can't hold me up.
Hey, be respectful, man. The hardworking people at CBS4, everything they do is excellent. All right, just
especially the Sunday night.
Sunday night Heat segment with Solana. It happens to be a personal favorite.
Our NBA coverage is
par excellence. Yeah.
Who pays for the starch on Solana's shirt?
Notice
that damn shirt doesn't move.
Cuno, notice you didn't ask me to come on this past Sunday to talk about Haywood Highsmith.
What'd he do?
It'd be a funny joke this year, Cuno, if you guys never invite him on. Sounds like we may have struck a nerve here because he's not laughing, and I think they may not be using Solana this year.
That's our running joke with you, Hoch. We love having Solana.
Yeah, you and Samantha Rivera pulled the old rug out from under Uncle Hoch that one time. That has not been forgotten.
First F-bomb on air.
I was that was me.
You were cussing?
Yeah, because they played me for a fool. I had this town car set to drive him right into a canal, by the way. I was going to turn around. I was going to be the driver. Hello. Doors are locked from the inside. All right, see you, Cuno. Have a good broadcast tomorrow.
Love you. Bye.
There you go, Mike Cuno from CBS 4. The 4 o'clock hour is coming up. Joe Zagaki is going to join us in the 4 o'clock hour. We've got Everclear tickets to give away as well, so do not go anywhere.
Is chronic pain impacting the quality of your life? It does not have to. Trust me, the arthritis, the tendon pain, the joint pain, I have it all. Dozens of surgeries. I'm telling you, your own body can help treat that pain without the needs of drugs or surgery. Doctors will give you those scripts, and surgeons, I give you a heads up, it's their job to do surgeries. You have another option. It's called regenerative medicine, and QC Kinetics is the largest, fastest growing regenerative medicine group in the entire country. South Florida's QC Kinetic doctors are waiting to help you get rid of that pain. Your body can get rid of that pain by itself. I tell the story all the time. Cheerleading with my daughter and niece, I broke my heels. There were orthopedics and doctors telling me to be in a wheelchair, double cast, double boots. I couldn't do that. I said, you know what? I'll be back. Let me go to QC Kinetics. Went to QC Kinetics, limped in. I had PRP shots. I had laser therapy, walked out fine. Second treatment, I'm back in the yard playing with my kids, basketball, David, working out with Chan, running around with the 5-year-old Chaz. I'm telling you, go talk to QC Kinetics doctors, and you have another option other than drugs or surgery. Don't replace it. Regenerate it. Give them a call today, 844-77-REGEN. That's 844-777-3436. Tell them I sent you down there, and the consultation's absolutely free. It's free to see what that other option is, and you'll get $500 off your first treatment. Thousands of people have been helped, not just me, and it's time for you to find out your other option, and the consultation's free. Give them a call today. Don't replace it. Regenerate it. 844-77-REGEN. That's 844-777-3436.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Text threads are meant for pictures of Jimmy's hot dog. All right, 4 o'clock hour. Crowder has received a trophy.
We got an Audi.
The Audi trophy. These were given out in 2021, but since we're rarely in the studio, he received his today.
Most likely to do show naked in Egypt, which actually has happened.
That's why you got that Odyssey Award. 4 o'clock hour. Joe Zagaki is going to join us this hour. We will give away the Everclear tickets at some point. We still have this opportunity for you to have Zach Sealer come visit an elementary school in Dayton, Broward. It's WQAM's MVP experience with Zack Sealer. He will speak at a school, and all you have to do to enter an elementary school is go to WQAM.com, enter the elementary school. It's got to be in Dayton, Broward, and then you get a chance for a visit from Zack Sealer, where he'll speak to the students and give them a day to remember. So you can get the contest rules. You can enter right there at WQAM.com. Everclear is bringing their Sparkle and Fade 30th anniversary tour with Local H and Sponge to the Parker, October 9th. We do have a pair of tickets every day this week, so just keep on listening. Get the headlines here in a second, then we'll talk some Canes Gators with Joe Zagaki. I was reading in USA Today, they have their gambling experts pick the Thursday night football game. And I just found it interesting what the rationale is behind some people who are picking the Dolphins, betting the Dolphins. Not necessarily that they're going to win, but they're taking the 12.5 points. So here's what the different gamblers in USA Today are saying. Jordan Mendoza, he's taken the Bills laying the points. And he says, Miami is bad, and Josh Allen is Josh Allen. Buffalo has won 6 straight against the Dolphins. Expect this one to be real ugly. Mm-hmm. That's kind of where the place that I feel it's going to be headed. John Heffling, though, takes the Dolphins plus 12.5. And he says, have the Dolphins looked terrible? Yes. Are they on the road against a very superior team? Yes. But betting trends often say that when faced with a double-digit spread between division rivals, take the points. It feels scary, but with the points already exploding to 12.5 in just a few days, I'm taking Miami.
So he doesn't believe in Miami. He's just saying there's
Trends.
A trend of it.
Yeah.
I got you.
Tyler Dragon, he takes the Bills, laying the points. He says the Dolphins are on the verge of an implosion. The Bills might currently be the best team in football. That's pretty simple. Christopher Boombaka takes the Dolphins plus the points. He says things have gone from bad to worse in Miami, but this is simply too many points. The Bills have been solid to start the season, but the other guys get paid too. Blake Schuster taking the Dolphins with the points. Listen, I know the Dolphins look very bad, but there are some lines I just have to take and hope the averages favor me in the long haul. A double-digit underdog in a division rivalry game absolutely qualifies as one of those must-take lines.
Yeah. I get the thought that nobody's going to get whooped by 14 on national TV on a Thursday night in the division.
Unless you've watched them against Buffalo in this same situation before.
Thank you, Hawk. I've read this book. I'm not surprised at the end of when the antagonist dies. I'm not surprised. I've watched this.
There are plenty of gamblers who just go, 12.5 in an NFL game, especially a division rivalry. Like, I'm not passing it up. I'm not passing up 12.5. Yeah. And I get it. There's very few times in the NFL, especially this early in a season, where I'm comfortable laying 12.5. This happens to be one of those times.
It's so the Bills have scored 71 points in 2 games, 30 and 41, 35 points a game. Can it be a 35-20 game in the last drive and the Dolphins get 7 points? Yeah, and now the spread's not there, but you still had no chance of winning that game. I can see their concept thought, but the Bills are about to walk around on this field pretty dominant on Thursday night.
I just feel like they're going to be unable to stop Buffalo. And again, maybe, and we talked about this scenario, Buffalo goes up to a 2-touchdown lead and they just kind of start running the ball and eating clock, and it never pans out to a 12.5-point spread because there are field goals. It's not like the Dolphins offense was stagnant against New England, so they're going to put some points on the board. So maybe that's the way that it plays out, but I just can't find this pathway to taking the Dolphins and the points tomorrow night as much as I would like to.
And Solana and Mike Cuno were talking about, oh, now run the ball. That's the pathway. Slow the game down, make it dirty, drag them into the mud. That's not what we do. We've seen 15 attempts. I think it was 11 attempts game 1, 15 attempts game 2. I don't think they have a playbook to run the ball and slow the game down.
Yeah, but they need to. I mean, I get what you're saying, Crowder, but at some point, if you're the Dolphins, you have to commit to a run game. You have to commit to putting Ollie Gordon in better situations. You have to commit to not just doing these little wheel routes with Malik Washington or end-around plays with Malik Washington, because if you don't, guess what? That's a lot of opportunities for Tua to drop back and get sacked and get injured. So if the Dolphins are going to have any success, think about the 2 games where they were within striking distance to win on the road in Buffalo last year and a couple seasons ago when they lost by 3. It's running the football, establishing that ground game. Hawk, I get what you're saying. Buffalo can just kind of run the ball, eat clock. But in your mind, if they're a 12.5, 13-point, if they're better than the Dolphins by that much, then the Dolphins just flat out wouldn't be able to stop them running the football. So it's not chewing clock. They're just running right down your throat. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
that's what they do.
I got you. What easier to stop a run for 6 yards than just big pass plays constantly that get you down the field and run out of bounds. I don't know. I feel like Buffalo could, if they wanted to, score 50 or more points. I really do feel that way. But if you ask me, do I think they will? My answer would be no.
James Cook, the starting running back for Buffalo, has 34 carries this season already. 176 yards, 5 yards a pop. We have not run the ball with everyone on our team 34 times in 2 games.
Because they're always playing from behind.
But even they weren't with
there was no game that they weren't playing from behind. They had a lead, but they were playing from behind from the jump.
They were down 12-0, Crowder, in that first quarter.
I know, and the offensive structure of that, then you come back, or what was it, 14-12, whatever, they come back, now establish that run you're speaking of, Solana. I agree with your concept. I don't think we have that in our playbook to do what you're saying.
If Tua is taking snaps either in shotgun or under center, 3, 4, 5-step drops, Crowder, 30+ times, and you, as a defensive line, are getting to him every single time, Tua has to just get the ball out quick, that is a disaster waiting to happen. It flat out is. We know how this ends. We've seen it before, and that is not a recipe to success for the Miami Dolphins. It's just not against Buffalo, because guess what? They're going to get to the quarterback.
But running 3 plays in a row for 4 total yards is not always a recipe for success either.
But that's not what I'm saying. Like when I said earlier, you have to establish those intermediate routes. How do you do that? Like Buffalo knows, okay, they're going to try to get the ball to Tyreek and Waddle. If there's no threat of those linebackers pressing forward because of the run, then they're just dropping back and Tua's throwing into double coverage the entire time. You have to have that threat of a run game.
That's my point with Tua being able to extend plays and be mobile. If you don't ever have that threat, you never have that hesitation step.
Yes, and that's how the Patriots slowed down Chubb and Jalen Phillips later in the game, because they got off. I think it was 2 or 3 sacks in the first half. Remember, they just kept running Stevenson right down the gut, a gap for 3 yards. It didn't seem like a big play. But if you know first or second down, they're going to run straight at you. You can't fly up the field. So now you have that hesitation from a defensive end that they might run or pass. With the Dolphins, there is no team saying, ooh, they might go right downhill. There's nobody worried about the Dolphins' downhill run game. We're going to pitch it to Malik Washington, who's 180 pounds, and let him try to get around the edge. Just seal the edges. We have no inside run game, so there's no threat of that. So why are we worried about it? If Ollie Gordon gets in, he got in 1 carry, he's had 8 yards, because everybody on the Patriots was like, oh, damn, they ran the ball with a big dude. That's not what we do. I don't think it's in the playbook, man. I promise. Because if it was, why aren't you changing it up? Why aren't you trying to keep them off balance? All the cute words about run past balance, we don't have that. We are a cutesy track meet team. And
which is fun as hell when it's working.
When it's working, Hawk. When it's not working, you get beat by 25.
All right, so I think we just established the game plan. Run the ball. Tua's got to be mobile. Throw long, throw deep, throw the intermediate routes. Do it all.
So just create that in 4 days.
Be the perfect team.
Play perfect football.
In 4 days, just create a new offense.
Be the perfect team. All right, let's get headlines here for the 4 o'clock hour. Brought to you by Doral Hyundai, home of the Pricito. Our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Hyundai or DoralHyundai.com.
Did you guys see what Tua said about Josh Allen?
I did.
All right, I'm going to play it for you here. This was Tua earlier this week when asked about going up against Josh Allen.
He's top tier. If it's not with his arm, it's with his legs. That dude can do literally anything he wants. So definitely different skill set for me. I can't do half of what he does when it comes to running the ball and any of that. And then with how he can just chuck a ball down the field, with how far and the arm strength that he has, he's supreme when it comes to that. So it's gonna be fun. Get to see him, get to play him again, and we'll see.
People are criticizing Tua for that. What do you want him to say?
I'm not going to say he could run better than me and throw farther than me.
What do you want him to say? You want him to lie? Because if he says something other than that.
He's a hell of a player. I love playing against good competition. Next question. He can run better than I can run. He can throw further than I can throw. Love playing him. Huh? It's true.
I mean, he's just being complimentary to one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And I think that's his personality, by the way. But I don't know. He's received a lot of criticism for it. And I'm not necessarily certain I understand it because, I mean, he's asked a question about Josh Allen. And so he's glazing a great quarterback in the league. I mean,
he can run better than me. He can throw further than me.
But he can.
You have to say it, huh?
I mean, he's not Mario Chalmers. Like, Mario Chalmers never would have said that about anyone in the NBA. But Tua, that's not his personality. That's exactly who Tua is.
Josh Allen can do everything I wish I could do. Can't wait to play him.
He's setting him up, though. He's setting him up.
He's baiting him.
Baiting him.
I didn't. That's the first time I heard that audio. It made me feel funny inside.
Well, because a lot of athletes would not do that.
No.
Not against their opponent for that week, that game.
Hawk, they shouldn't do that. I'm sorry. I get what you're saying. Hey, right now, sensitive time, anything Tua says is microanalyzed, and everybody's hyper-fixated on the Dolphins and Tua, McDaniel. We're sick of it. I get it. And yes, he's being honest, and he's being truthful, by the way. But everybody is outraged. Dolphins fans are outraged at the fact that Tua gets injured too much. Tua got paid, missed the entire season after getting paid. Tua has limitations that are pretty evident more than ever the last two games, and your team is 0-2 in a dire situation, and you come out and you say, yeah, the guy that's beaten us every time but one since I've been here, man, he can throw the deep ball farther than me. He can run better than I can.
I mean, he's not saying anything that's, when you would see when you would see Nick Saban and Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel talked about, Josh Allen talked about how scary the Dolphins defense is. Did you see that yesterday? I mean, that's an utter load of BS. But he literally, that's what most players do. I mean, no one's going to criticize Josh Allen for lying about the Dolphins defense. Tua's telling the truth, and we're going to criticize him? You want him to lie?
You could speak in concept about the other side of the ball, but talking about your counterpart on the team, perfect example. 2008, we went to play the Ravens in the wild card game. My only playoff game ever. They said,
you got blown out.
Y'all no. I remember. They said, y'all have a pretty good defense. their defense is thought of as, historic, legendary.
Which it was, by the way.
Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs. They had Haloti Nada. They had Hall of Famers everywhere. You know what? We're gonna do our thing and see how we can keep up with those guys, because we can play ball too. Boom.
But no.
That's
It's a general question about their defense. What if they said to you, hey, the linebacker on the other side of the field is Ray Lewis?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Ray Lewis?
Man, Ray Lewis is a monster. He can play ball. It is what it is.
That's exactly what Tua said.
They got to really prepare for. No, he runs very well. I can't do that. I wish I could throw the ball real far. Hoch, did you listen to the audio?
You're changing the entire
it's
tone.
like if Crowder was like, yeah, Ray Lewis, man, he covers linebackers way better than I ever could. Oh, and he tackles way better than I ever could. Like, what?
Ray Lewis is a monster. Yes, he is.
But he did.
No. He running the ball, something. I can't do that. Oh, and then, man, watching him throw the ball deep, I can't do that. Man, he is
maybe Crowder, that would have worked.
That's the new kid word, glazing.
Maybe that would have worked with you when you were trying to convince Jeff Ireland to pay you the same money that Brian
Urlacher.
Brian Urlacher money. Like, man, this Urlacher, Jeff, I mean, he can do everything I can't do.
Hell with Jeff Ireland. I better not see him in South Miami nowhere.
Who loves Tua more? Chris Collinsworth? I'm sorry, who loves Josh Allen more? Chris Collinsworth or Tua Tagovailoa?
I mean, Tua says some nice words about one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and now we're going to crush him for that? Crush him for throwing interceptions, crush him for throwing the ball 7 feet above Tyreek Hill's head, crush him for not being able to extend a play. We're going to worry that he's saying complimentary things about Josh Allen. Get your priorities right, Dolphins fans.
What's the boy's name? Brett and Michelle and Canty?
Yeah, Brett, Michelle, and Canty.
Hey, what do you think about Brett Hawk? Ooh, man, he's way better on radio than me. Yeah, man. He's, his takes are way better than mine. I wish I can come in and out of breaks like he does.
Oh, it's that you're doing apples to oranges. Josh Allen is established as one of, if not the best quarterback in the league.
He's the MVP. He's the reigning MVP.
So what is the folly in saying he's really good at what he does?
Ray Lewis is really good at what he does. That's fine.
That's fine. But don't talk
that,
about my own shortcomings.
You're going to parse it that far?
Boy, I wish I could tackle like him. Boy, I wish I could run as fast as he can.
Who likes Josh Allen more, Tua Tagovailoa or Haley Steinfeld?
All right, everybody settle down.
It's like Tua's been watching a lot of Tony Romo on the Bills call.
Like people are like texting in. They're like, "Come on, it's the week they're playing him." Oh, well, this will make Josh Allen play better. Like what? Like so what?
Oh, does it mean anything?
It doesn't mean anything.
Josh Allen's about to go crazy.
So what does it mean? You all had mad respect for Tua up until the moment he said this about Josh Allen. You said, you know what? The hell with that guy. He's not my quarterback.
Yeah.
He like you watched Tua this year and you had mad crazy respect for him, but because he said that about Josh Allen the week that they're playing, that's it. You're done with Tua. Over yourselves.
No, it's not that extreme, but I didn't like.
It's just finding something to complain about with the Dolphins, and there's myriad things to complain about. That's my point. You're going to get bogged down in this crap?
Yeah, I feel differently about him today than I did yesterday.
Obviously. The lights are on.
Solana, you do weather. Boy, Julie Durda does it way better than me.
Julie Durda.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe if you had some self-awareness, you'd be more like Tua.
I want my quarterback going into a situation where everybody in the world thinks he's lesser than the guy he's going up against and that his team has no chance. I want him to get in front of the microphone with the type of irrational confidence I have and say, we're going to beat Josh Allen on Thursday.
I got you. That's very important. Very important. The way he conducted himself in yesterday's press conference really is going to have an outcome in Thursday's game. You really got a good glimpse into Tua's personality.
If you think you're going to fail, you've already failed.
Who said he's going to fail? First of all, he's not in a passing competition with Josh Allen. Like, quarterbacks can have less yardage passing and less yardage rushing and still win the game. It's the craziest criticism I've ever heard.
If you think there's an opportunity that you fail, you've already failed. You've already lost.
But he's not playing Josh Allen head to head.
Solana's just yelling things that his soccer coach.
But
said
Dolphins
back in the
fans
day.
are doing this. Like I've seen it on social media, but it's like out of all the things you can complain about, this?
Yeah. I don't like it, but I don't think it has anything to do with the game.
Doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Yeah.
No, Tua should show up in a Buffalo Bills Josh Allen jersey. Why doesn't he look for property in Buffalo?
Ooh, this Leroy is a hell of a radio guy. I can't do anything Leroy does.
Your weather. It's like 80 degrees or something. I don't know.
Man, Craig Setzer does that way better than you.
I mean, honestly, how can you criticize anyone and then do that? Because I saw you glance to a window that's closed, that has a shade over it. How can you criticize anyone at anything that did you forget the first segment today?
Can't really see through these shades, but looks like it's raining, I think.
I mean, this guy, I'm so close to using a word that I'm not allowed to use just yet. Pretty soon.
Solana, how you feel about Betty Davis?
Man, she points to the thunderstorms. Bet I could never point that way. Could never point that way.
She points to the thunderstorms.
What is he talking about?
I always think of your grandma with Betty Davis.
She's so po.
She's so po.
She's so po,
She's so
CC.
po.
Tell her eat a sandwich.
All right, Joe Zagaki is going to join us in the next segment, so don't go anywhere. We'll talk some Canes Gators with the voice of the Miami Hurricanes.
A lot of pressure on me to deliver for this live commercial, but don't worry, Toro.
I mean,
I won't
we're
let
looking
you
at
down.
you like jackals ready to pounce right now.
Toro, I promise you, unlike Tua, man, I have belief in myself. Nobody can read this commercial the way I can read this commercial. Toro's downtown Miami's hottest pan-Latin steakhouse, and they're located inside the iconic Intercontinental Miami Hotel.
Oh, look at
along
who's glazing
Biscayne Bay.
Toro. You guys glazing Toro.
Toro's got their bold,
Oh,
flavorful cuts of
Toro's
steak.
so much better than me.
Picanha ribeye, the signature tomahawk carved tableside. I bet Tua thinks Josh Allen could carve that tomahawk better than anybody at Toro, but they'll do it there. And right now, through the end of this month, through the end of September, so still about a little less than 2 weeks happening now. Until then, they're offering a 3-course elevated dinner menu. It's Miami Spice. Take advantage. Just $60 per person. And listen to what it includes. Your choice of their signature short rib al carbon, lobster empanadas, local red snapper al mojo, or their coconut tuna tiradito. That's my fiance's favorite. Plus, when you go there for dinner, whether it's Miami Spice or not, when you go there for lunch, during football season, Sundays, go to Toro. During basketball season, heat season's around the corner. They're right down the street. You have to take down their irresistible sides like Chipotle cheddar mac and cheese and their crispy fried Brussels sprouts. Plus, like I've been saying the past couple days, if you're really trying to take somebody special, give them a show, give them something you want to put on your Instagram or TikTok story, something that will be impressive, their entire experience is capped off by La Bomba, the iconic grand finale dessert. Toro, it is the place to be. Head to their website, torotoromiami.com, or make a reservation right now on OpenTable.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
You have Tua, you can make Tua tartar.
Joe Zagaki, voice of the Miami Hurricanes, is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. He will be on the call Saturday night. Canes and Gators, Crowder's Florida Gators, Hard Rock Stadium. You will hear it all here on 104.3 FM WQAM. Pregame begins at 3 p.m. on Saturday. Get you ready for a big one. So, Joe, I've talked to a bunch of people this week, and I keep saying the same thing, which is, are you surprised the Canes have looked as good through 3 games as they have? I think we all expected them to be good. I think they look another level good. I'm wondering if this is beyond what you had expected.
I think so, because Carson Beck has played so efficiently. I think there are a lot of questions about wide receiver, and not only have those guys excelled, they've looked really strong when they catch the football. They look like polished wide receivers. And Hoch, I think, we kind of look at the areas that we thought Miami needed to improve in, and we think about wide receiver and the secondary, and those areas have improved. I think that what was overlooked is Miami also got better from within. Ruben Bain and Mesidor have taken their game.
Crowder, anytime someone mentions Ruben Bain, Crowder just gets a big old smile on his face. He loves Ruben Bain.
Bro, he can play football, Joe.
He just moves people out of the way, and he's made, in 2 of the 3 games, he's made a pivotal play, right? He got the interception against Notre Dame. He got a 4th down stop against USF. He's the leading tackler as a defensive end. And usually the leading tackler is a middle linebacker or a safety, right? And he's just been dominating. So I think that's an area where Miami has gotten a lot better, and people just kind of took it for granted that, defensive line is fine, it's good. No, you need to be great. And so far they've been great, Mesidor and Bain, and I think that's helped the inside guys as well.
And, Joe, South Florida was running zones to the right because they didn't want to run at Bain, which is into the boundary, a zone play just to stay away from number 4. I love watching them play football. Is there any concern? I might be asking you this, Joe, to make me feel better about my Gators as well. What can the Canes be concerned with when going into this game against the Gators?
I think there are a lot of things, Shane, to be honest with you. One, I think, a sidebar would be, if the Gators had to do it all over again, I don't think they would play Long Island. They learned nothing about themselves in that game, and they got a false sense of security. You and Hoch would have given them a better game. That being said, because the following, in the Long Island game, there are no penalties. All of a sudden, the South Florida game, they got 2 touchdowns taken off the board. And so what's really plagued them is not the physical. What's plagued them has been self-inflicted wounds, and Miami can't play into that. If I'm Miami on defense, I'm saying, okay, DJ Lagway, you got to go 80 yards. You got to go 80 yards, and you guys cannot do that. You can't stay on this field for 10 plays without shooting yourself in the foot, without shooting all your toes off. So Miami's got to play the game of don't be the team that beats themselves. Florida, what I would be concerned about if I'm Miami is, can Billy Napier galvanize them? Does that happen during the game? Because they played really hard against LSU. And I just think if you keep playing hard, you give yourself a chance to win. Hell, LSU couldn't move the ball on them for the most part. They had 10 first downs and 316 total yards, 96 on the ground. That should be good enough to win. But they've given up the penalties and touchdowns coming off the board have killed them. Plus, the Lagway interceptions, five interceptions, 4 of those, Channing, were on 3rd down. Those are money downs where you've got to be really good.
Hey, Joe, I know we're enamored with Carson Beck, the weapons, and for good reason. So I'm not trying to take away anything from them, but I'm watching this game the other day against USF, and I'm looking at Mark Fletcher, and in my mind, I'm saying, man, this guy, I'm getting shades of Edrin, Willis McGahee, and I'm not saying that they're similar. I'm just saying, that's the type of imposing player he felt the other day against USF. Do you get that vibe? He's going to go down at the end of this season as one of the best running backs to come out of the U when it's all said and done, if he's able to get to the next level?
I sure as hell hope so, Solana.
Solana, you put him with Edge and CP and them already?
I'm not saying.
I'll put it to this way, Solana. Shane would understand this. Fletcher went to American Heritage. They had Sonny Michel there a couple of years ago. He decided he wasn't going to Miami. He was going to Georgia. And so that's the kind of running back that Miami has not hit on the last couple of years. Now, Fletcher stayed home. He is a powerful, bruising runner. He's a better person than he is player. He's a great kid. So you root for a guy like this to have a wonderful career, but he gets yards after contact. He can catch the football, and he's going to be a big part of this game on Saturday. Miami's got to get over 100 yards running against the Gators, and the Gators are going to swarm to him, much like Miami has to swarm to Jaden Ball. I don't think there's a big difference in the talent level between the two teams. But to answer your question, I am hopeful that Fletcher becomes one of those all-time great running backs.
Are you going to be on campus for game day Saturday, Joe? The kids can start lining up at 5 a.m. I would imagine you can jump the line. Will you be there?
No, I will not, Hoch. No, I'll be watching on my couch. Thank you very much.
Would you? No. I'm driving down at 5 a.m. to get in line with a bunch of college students.
I got to call a game now. You think I'm going to go there at 5 a.m.?
I was just curious back in your college days if you would have lined up at 5 a.m. to go to game day.
No, I would not.
Yeah, neither would I.
No.
It is cool, though. What's the vibe? Because you're on campus all the time and you're around Mario all the time. Is there a vibe that he's, I don't know, exuding now that makes you feel like this is the culmination of the plan? Like the plan has come together. We're all watching it and he knows it and the organization knows it and the coaches know it and the team knows it. And they're just marching forward to get to that promised land, depending on what Hurricanes fans consider to be the promised land, whether it's an ACC championship, whether it's college football playoffs, whether it's a national championship. Is that vibe there, or are they still just grinding week by week?
Well, that's kind of, I think you had like two different questions in there. The vibe on campus is bursting with energy. There's a lot of energy on campus. Kids are excited. They're thrilled to have game day. They're making all kinds of plans for game day. And when they had it there in 2017, it was an awesome experience. And that's what they think they're going to have this Saturday. The vibe with Mario is, I think, yes, he is more comfortable with this team because he has the kind of players that are like-minded, that are like him. And you use the word grinding. And yes, he wants to grind through it. If there's a player that's injured right now or not feeling 100% after a couple of weeks, he wants him to grind through it because this is such a big game. And you know what? You can rest next week, but it's all hands on deck this week. And I think he has done a good job of finding like-minded players, the way with the toughness that he is displaying. And the other thing that I think he has found is when you go into this transfer portal, sometimes you get players and that they make it feel like they're doing you a favor being on your team. And I think they had some of those guys in the past. You should be thankful we're here at Miami. Now he's got guys on the team that are grateful that they're part of the University of Miami, that understand the history and tradition of it and want to live up to it. And I didn't think that's made a big difference on this roster.
And, Joe, the Carson Beck thing, and like you're saying, the transfer portal stuff, so bringing in Carson Beck, I'm looking at his stats right now. He's played in 41 games. He started 30 games. He's 27-3 as a starter. Like, he has 2 national championship rings. Have you learned anything about Carson Beck that we didn't already know? Because I watched him at Georgia a bunch. I know he can throw the ball. Did you learn anything about Carson Beck being this close to to the university and now being around Carson?
Well, he's a Harry Potter fan, which is kind of funny.
He looks like
I didn't expect that.
Like
no.
a little Frodo.
That's like every now and then Joe gives us a little bit of info. Remember, it was it Wooga Poplar that?
Oh yeah. He didn't want the steak. He went over and he got like
Cinnabon.
Cinnabon.
Yeah, I love these little
Cinnabon.
factoids. So Carson Beck is a Harry Potter fan.
But what school
Yeah, he is.
specifically, Joe? Do you know? Like, is he a Team Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Slytherin?
Tucker
I don't-
Dukes.
It's tattooed on his arm, but I don't quite remember which one it is. Yeah, he's got a tattoo of Harry Potter characters or Harry Potter.
Which is your
on
favorite,
one of his
Joe? Which is your favorite Harry Potter character?
Oh, well, listen, Hawk, my daughter was right in her wheelhouse when she was growing up. So I kind of liked Ron, and I read every single one of those books.
There's
to
a
my
Harry
kid.
Potter guy named Ron.
Yeah, Ron.
I've
Weasley.
never read. I've never seen the movie or read one of the books.
Yeah, Ron Weasley.
Oh, I read them all.
Oh.
Not only did I read them all, I read them out loud. Try that.
So there's guys like Gryffindor, and then there's some guy waltzing around named Ron.
Yeah, they got all. I mean, Harry. I mean, the name of the main character's name is Harry.
Oh, that's my best impersonation, by the way. Would you like to hear it?
Of what, Harry?
Yeah, Harry Potter.
Try reading them out loud.
Did you read it like
500
that?
Pages.
Harry
No, but
Potter.
I would try to skip pages on my daughter, and she would say, "Dad, you skipped." I'm like, "Oh, damn."
My favorite character was Leroy.
Was there a Leroy in there?
Leroy Gryffindor.
I believe he's talking about Sanford and Son.
But to answer your question, Channing, to answer your question about Beck, is I don't think he got enough credit for his competitiveness, his decisiveness, and his leadership. And also, at 6'5", what did Mad Dog Jim Manders used to say? He likes his quarterbacks tall and can eat steak. That's Carson Beck. He's going to be an NFL player. He's 6'5". He sees over the defense. He understands football, and he throws a damn good ball.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, you did a fantastic job on the calls with DVJ last week. You did a little collab with Pina Colada. I mean, that was good stuff last week, Joe.
Really? You're giving us a passing grade for that?
Yeah, Pina Colada I thought was very good.
Okay, the bar was set low. That's
Do you
good.
have
I'm
that?
glad.
You have that? Here's what they did the Pina Colada song, and Joe joined in for the second verse.
Yes, I like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. And I'm not much into health food, but I am into champagne.
I've got to meet you tomorrow by noon and cut through all this red tape. A bar called O'Malley's is our escape.
I mean, you nailed the landing.
That was more like reading a poem.
Well, it didn't sound.
It wasn't like singing.
Right.
because-
It was more
and that
matter of
song
fact.
has
It was almost the way like an attorney would deliver that during closing arguments in court.
I've been in this business maybe a year or two longer than you, Hawk. And one of the first things they taught me was don't sing on the radio.
Well, you followed that advice last week perfectly. We'll have more for DBJ tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to give him. We're going to Tucker Dukes for lunch tomorrow, Joe. Me and Crowder and Arande and Twan Russell and Josh Appel and Solana and Jimmy. We're going to get Hochman burgers. You've seen this Hochman burger?
I've heard you speak about it.
You want to meet us?
like
You're busy tomorrow? You want to meet us at Tucker Dukes?
Well, I don't know. I'll see if I can fit it in. I'm a little jammed up 2 days before the game, but what's on a Hochman burger?
So it's, I'm glad you asked. It's a half-pound burger with Fritos, chili, sour cream, shredded cheddar, and raw onion.
Who came up with that?
I mean, you say it almost derisively there, Joe.
Was that your idea?
It's a
on
Frito
the best
pie.
way to ruin a hamburger?
This is big in Texas, a Frito pie, where people actually bring the bag of Fritos to, say, the food truck, and they put taco meat in there or chili, and then sour cream and shredded cheddar, and they eat it right out of the Frito bag.
I would say that I would skip that. I might like.
You realize this is a paying. You realize this is a paying sponsor, Joe.
I would skip that.
I do. I understand they have a great restaurant with great burgers.
He goes.
All
What'd
kinds
you
of
try to
things on
do?
the
Figure
menu.
out how to ruin a burger? So go buy your Hochman burgers, Joe. I appreciate you playing along. No, I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone.
Look, Huck, I have a milkshake, and I went like normal.
I mean, listen, I've raved about the Joe Zagaki milkshake for 10 years on this damn show. I give you one chance to sell the Hochman burger. You're like, oh, what are they doing? Food poisoning next?
Well, it's your own damn fault. Put your foot down.
No,
burger.
Why don't you call it a crap burger?
Let me ask you this. How's it doing on the menu?
Hey, how's Williamson Cadillac doing, Joe? They blowing the doors off that place?
Pretty well. Well, now you ask if you want the best customer service, Williamson Cadillac. Drive it to Tucker Duke and get a Hochman burger.
Joe Hawk came in.
Smooth ride.
Joe Hawk came in today ready for violence. I'm telling you, he's been doing it all day long.
Hawk, do you want to revisit the ingredients in the Josie milkshake? Because I just brought them up here right now.
Oh, what is it? Diarrhea, corn niblets.
Listen, if you're going to have something named after yourself, it's well protected. You can't go wrong with vanilla ice cream.
What's in there? COVID, SARS virus.
I'm a pass on that.
Hot fudge and vanilla. Glad you asked.
You want to rip Don Bailey flooring before you leave today, Joe?
No, I have lots of Don Bailey flooring in my house.
I do too, Joe.
Just teasing.
I have both wood and tile.
Invitation rescinded for tomorrow, Joe. Invitation rescinded. Listen to Joe.
Darn.
Listen to Joe Saturday. Game is 7:30. 7:30.
Well, yeah, it's like 7:44 is kickoff, so we'll be ready.
Pregame starts at 3 p.m. on this radio station. We love you, Joe. I'm just goofing around with you.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that very much. Pina Colada song.
See it, Joe's like, I'm a hero, and then all of a sudden I went at him with the full force of everything I know. All right, 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour is coming up next. We got to give away those Everclear tickets as well, so don't go anywhere.
Going to the Canes game, the Dolphins game, I'm going to tell you about a wonderful place that's right down the road. Tootsie's Cabaret, the largest strip club in the entire world. I have been going there since 2005. Beautiful entertainment. They're open from noon to 6 a.m. You got to get in Tootsie's. And on game day, you have no cover during the game up to 6 p.m. Half-price drinks, no cover at night with their Canes or Fins game tickets. I'm telling you, you're right there. Y'all know where the stadium is. Tootsie's is right there around the corner. Man, head to Tootsie's. The club offers luxury transportation service to and from the games with reservations and a purchase VIP package. I wish I knew about this when I was playing because I would have took advantage of that because I know why I'm going after the game. $100 bottle specials, half-price drinks till 8 p.m. every single day. Tootsie's Cabaret, they have 2 levels of entertainment. I'm always up top. Everybody knows where my table is, right there by the wall. Up top, you walk up the stairs, look straight ahead, you'll see me sitting against the wall. I'm telling you, they are amazing. The large sports bar, spacious, full liquor bars, and secure parking. And during games, Sundays in the sports bar from 12 to 5 p.m., chicken wings, smash burger with fries, fried shrimp with fries, cheese pizza, and chicken nachos are only $10. It is a game day menu, and I'm telling you, Tootsie's food is amazing. The chicken wings are off the chain. You know I'm a chicken wing guy. Man, go to Tootsie's Cabaret. Like I said, beautiful entertainment, huge screens everywhere to watch all the sporting events, watch all the boxing, football, basketball, whatever you're doing. Head to Tootsie's Cabaret. Go to tootsiescabaret.com for more information.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Socrates once said, you don't know what your body can do until it does it.
5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour, and it's brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery, where you can watch the game tomorrow night. You know, at Funky Buddha, they have all the Miami games on, you know, usually Sundays. But am I right that the Dolphins, their next game after this Thursday night game is a Monday night game? Do I have that right?
Correct. Yeah, they'll play the Jets Monday night. That's when they're debuting their rivalry jerseys. 11 days off between Thursday night football and Monday night football.
But 2 primetime games in a row for this team?
Back to back, baby.
As in anyone who thinks the NFL is scripted in advance, it ain't.
Expectations were high.
Holy mackerel. Expectations were higher.
Yes.
They were higher. I wasn't the only one. Network executives. Anyway, you can watch the game tomorrow night at Funky Buddha Tap Room in Oakland Park, and they do a feature. They do specials during the Dolphins games. They have the, $4 pregame Pilsners? Yeah, $4 pregame Pilsner pours. And but they have this Eat the Enemy special, which is a dish from the opposing team's city. And so tomorrow it's wings, and it happens to be half-price wing night at Funky Buddha on Thursdays. So if you go to Funky Buddha to watch the game tomorrow, you get the half-price wings. One of the wing options on the menu is Crowder Powder rubbed wings.
So delicious.
So you really get to see, because listen, anyone can put Crowder Powder on something. You can order it at crowderpowder.com, by the way.
Yes.
Anyone can, sprinkle Crowder Powder on something. Chef Jeff doesn't strike me as the guy that just shakes a little Crowder Powder on it and says, all right, wings are done.
No.
So I'm very interested to see what Chef Jeff does with the Crowder Powder.
A little marinating, let it sit on there a little bit, and then cook it, fry it in with the Crowder Powder already on it. Chef Jeff's he's a monster.
Like a real rub.
Yes, Chef
And then
Jeff's
they've got Oktoberfest coming up at the tap room. That starts on Friday. I mean, there's a lot going on there. I'm looking at their Instagram right now. Oh, buy a burger, get a free beer tonight at
you can't beat it
at Funky Buddha. I mean, that's a good deal. Because if you look at their Instagram, like their burgers, I like to rave about the Hochman burger. The burgers at Funky Buddha, holy mackerel.
Yeah, if you haven't been to Funky Buddha, Hog, I say it all the time. It's not this little tiny brewery where you're sneaking in the dark.
People think it's like, oh, it's going to be this dreary little brewery, and they've got some, fry cook in the back firing up a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
And it ain't that. No. Like, the food is legit.
I had my dad's memorial there.
Yes.
There's weddings there.
Yes.
Like, if you haven't been to Funky Buddha, go, and I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy it. But no, the food there is amazing.
Ticket Wizard, of course, showed up to your dad's memorial in a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup t-shirt.
I don't know. Yeah. And he's a very smart guy. I just don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah. Everybody who's coming to Tucker Duke's tomorrow, wear a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup t-shirt. Ticket Wizard will be there.
He's going to wear a tuxedo to the
he gets every event wrong.
to the lunch burgers.
Let's get headlines here for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour, brought to you by Doral Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Hyundai or DoralHyundai.com.
I can't believe I showed up a little late and I missed Ticket Wizard in a Hawaiian t-shirt or whatever the hell he was wearing. Like, oh, man.
Walmart t-shirt.
No, it was a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup t-shirt.
Yes, shorts and flip-flops.
You were there, Solana?
Yeah, I think the Ticket Wizard showed up early and left early.
Well, he was mortified.
He was. And I tried to talk him off the cliff. But
he because Zach Krantz had called me and he's like, yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
He's apologized. I'm a good man. There's no problem. We didn't have a dress code, but yeah, my dad did pass the Ticket Wizard.
Did he like Reese's Peanut Butter Cups?
I don't know. Oh no, Ticket Wizard met Randy.
Maybe he's going through like a rebrand, the Reese's Wizard. All right. I'll start with the important stuff, gentlemen. The Dolphins, they released their injury report right around the start of the show. We were a little occupied, though. So the Dolphins, good news is that Jalen Wright, he's going to be available for Miami no Darren Waller, no Storm Duck, and no Ife Melifonwu. Those 3 are out.
All right.
Concerning, though, Chop Robinson, remember he had that knee injury, went down, ended up staying in the game or coming back to the game, but he's questionable with a knee injury.
He said he was fine after the game.
Yeah. Well, he's questionable for the game. And
someone's got to get on the same page with Chop Robinson in the injury report.
I'm good. Huh?
Benito Jones is questionable for the Miami Dolphins as well. And Jalen Waddle is questionable for the Dolphins. He popped up on Tuesday, and today he was limited in practice.
That's, again, not surprising. He's generally on the injury report, or there's generally some point during the game where, it looks like he got injured. It's just one
always gets up holding
and
ribs.
limping, but then he plays.
Yeah. Oh, no, Jalen's going to play. But he's always once concerned.
He's Devontae Parker at this point.
No, Devontae Parker didn't play. Like, he was on the injury report and didn't play.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow, Thursday Night Football, Dolphins versus Daddy Josh Allen.
All right.
Start him on fantasy.
I don't understand the hate for Tua, because he mentioned that Josh Allen is a great quarterback.
Oh, you didn't mention.
That's exactly what
said.
he
He runs better than me, and he throws further than me.
Well, name the lie.
I don't like it. It's not going to affect the game, but I don't like it.
It's like you wouldn't sit with your wife in front of her I don't know, her ex-boyfriend and be like, yeah, he's got better hair than me. He's got a better body than me. Like, you wouldn't list all the qualities in somebody who's like your quote unquote opponent that they have on you. You just wouldn't do it.
No, that's not true. That's not a fair example. You have to do something where you can respect and acknowledge someone's greatness in the same field that you're in. And Tua did that. I don't understand. Everyone does this. Nick Saban used to talk about the Long Island University, whatever they are, team like they were a proper threat. And we knew it was BS. So I don't understand what we're doing with Tua. We want him to lie. We want him to not tell the truth.
You acknowledge their abilities,
but
you don't compare them to yourself. When he said the first phrase of the way he runs, I can't do that. That's the thing. Like, don't compare him to you.
But I mean, Josh Allen is unique in the way that he can run as an NFL quarterback.
Amazing. Like, even him saying, oh, Josh Allen, he's the reigning MVP. Like, he was the best player in the league last year. Yeah, I love watching him play ball. Next question. Man, boy, when I see myself throwing him throw. Goodness gracious.
That spiral of his. Oh, man.
It's the comparison thing that I think is getting
Somebody texts in that I never remember you being anywhere.
It's crazy.
That's true. But I wasn't at the memorial, so I didn't see you in all fairness.
And we talk about the last time we were all at Tucker Dukes together. I'm literally there having the burger. I come on the air.
Did you drive the town car?
Are you sitting with us? I don't remember him being at Tucker Dukes either. I'm not going to lie. Did you sneak in late?
I don't remember you covering linebackers either, Crowder.
All right.
You keep saying, you said it twice. I was going to let you get away the first one. Linebackers don't cover linebackers.
Yeah, you have said cover linebackers. You said Ray Lewis covers linebackers better than anyone else. I think you meant tight end.
I know what he meant. Yeah. So you got to get shots off. Get your words right, son.
Lights are on. All right. Anything else in the headlines? I want to give away these Everclear tickets.
Yeah, Los Marlins, they play tonight. They're in Colorado. They play the Rockies. And Inter Miami, they beat Seattle yesterday. Got a little revenge, Inter Miami, against the Seattle Sounders 3-1. And Leo Messi did score. Your weather? Looks like it's going to rain in Miami right now tonight.
Like when he sounds surprised. Like the weather guy is surprised. Oh, looks like it's going to rain. Whoa. I wish someone would have told me that. You're the weather guy. Who's going to tell you?
Man, text Betty Davis.
I didn't see the clouds coming in, but I guess they are moving west to east or north to south. I have no idea. That's your weather.
Did you really just try to describe the cloud movement direction?
Do you know, like, I don't know, do you know where we're at?
Do I know which way is east? You're joking.
I have no idea.
You don't know which way is north, south, east, or west from here?
I know which way the beach
Well,
is.
which way am I pointing?
Northeast.
Why'd you say two? No, I'm pointing east.
No, I think east is that way.
That's where I'm pointing, jackass.
No, you're pointing this way.
Just gracious.
You
You don't know cardinal directions? That's like grown man stuff.
With my phone, for sure.
So when you have a compass,
I've got the book of the compass.
All right, let's give away these Everclear tickets. Everclear bringing the Sparkle and Fade 30th anniversary tour with Local H and Sponge to the Parker October 9th. What caller number you want to take for these tickets?
14.
Caller 14, 305-567-0560, 305-567-0560. Caller 14 gets the tickets. Zack Gelb is next. Cheetah Pompano, great spot to watch a game like tomorrow night. They got VIP areas. They got 4 stages of entertainment. They've got the most beautiful ladies in South Florida to entertain. And what's better than college and pro football action, girls and beer? Every NFL Sunday and Monday night during the season, enjoy hundreds of beautiful, exotic referee and cheerleader adult entertainers at Cheetah Pompano. You can watch all the games live while you enjoy the coldest beer in town. Wednesday, the 24th, that's 1 week from tonight, Cheetah Pompano Beach celebrates their 46th anniversary with a feline fantasy affair. Open bar 6 till 7, and then again 10 till 11. $500 gold VIP card giveaways, complimentary prime rib carving station 8 till 10 p.m., and $100 bottle specials as well. That's Wednesday the 24th at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Get all the details at cheetahsofl.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I'm just saying that I'm Hoch. We talk Tua. Hoch Tua. Hated Stories, if you saw his last show. We're giving away tickets. So if you want to win tickets, the code word today is IRON. Text the word IRON, IRON, to 20357. That's 20357. For more info, you can go to WQAM.com. It's a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Don't text and drive. You can purchase tickets at Ticketmaster. But if you want to win the return of the Mike Tyson tickets, text the word IRON to 20357. Zack Gelb, he can be heard nationally every weekday afternoon on the Infinity Sports Network, and he comes to us from the WFAN studios in New York City. You're a big Pats fan, Gelby. Did you enjoy what you saw on Sunday from the Pats, or did it make you a little nervous watching the Dolphins claw their way back into that game?
I thought early on in the first half, I was getting ready to dance on the grave of Solana and Hochman. And then in the second half, I may or may not, when I was in the pool in Vegas, drinking a lot and watching the game, I may have had a few tweets in my draft saying the Patriots are just a first half team and they were horrible in the second half. Devon Achane, thank you very much. I'm a big Devon Achane guy, always have on this show. I didn't know he was going to step out of bounds like that, so it works out perfectly. But actually, guys, I'm a little bit annoyed with you. Channing, no issues with him. I know what my relationship is with Channing. He came on my show a week ago. He was excellent. I get it. Channing and I were not going to be best friends. When he's in New York, he's not going to hit me up. But when I'm sitting there interviewing Dana White, and I have Dana White throwing up the U sign, and I text you three bozos, no response back from Hochman or Solana. You guys all ghosted me.
But he's been there. He's been showing up at Canes games. Like he's decked out in Canes gear. You didn't have breaking news. All you were doing was telling us something we already knew.
But still, I got the photo for you. Here I am, busting my ass when you guys don't pay me anything to do this segment. I'm giving you content left and right. I work harder on this show than Solana does, and you guys don't even give me a thank you text. So bleep you two.
I can't say that you work harder than Solana, because for the first 20 minutes of the show today, he was fixing wires and jiggling boxes.
Fine. I show up more on this show than Crowder does. I don't have time for all my segments.
I got a lot of jobs, Gelby.
How many times does Crowder just pop in 10 minutes into my segment? Be quiet, Steve Harvey. Shut up. Who cares?
And that's the thing, you're talking
to me.
Crowder could get Steve Harvey to throw up the U, Shaq to throw up the U, Kevin Hart to throw up the U, all the A-list celebrity he's with. Not him. He doesn't do anything. I'm with Gelby.
What?
Yeah.
How does this
and
turn
screw
back
Billy
on me?
Napier and screw DJ Lagway. Let's go Miami. The Cavender twins. Screw them. Person back, baby. Mario Cristobal. Sid Rosenberg's dear friend, by the way.
Dear friend.
Dear friend.
You a-holes. You don't respond back to me in a text. Disgusting.
It was probably
as offensive. It's almost as offensive as Solana going to Joe Stone Crab and not even ordering the stone crabs, or then when his girlfriend says, or his fiance, hey, you should try it. He uses a fork and a knife with the stone crabs like a stunad.
I have to see when you texted us that picture, because we must. It was Thursday night at 8:15 our time. Thursday night at 8:15. That's Thursday night football.
Right.
Yeah, we're watching Thursday night football.
Right.
Oh, let's be real, Hawk. You're not watching Thursday night football. The only way you're watching is if you have money on it. So unless if you have a big bet,
Oh, do you think I didn't have money on it? Of course I had money on it.
You're probably watching Matt Mervis in the single A or something.
First of all, by 8:15, I'm still not even close to getting logged into Amazon Prime. I can't figure out how to get into that thing till at least 8:45.
Hawk's been asleep for an hour.
You're having your 17th avocado toast of the day, for crying out loud.
He's been asleep for an hour. 8:15. Are you kidding me? Yeah, but as
at a sports strip club at that point, too.
But as a Patriots fan,
yeah,
and I don't get into they won the game and they lost the game, but that damn last drive, I came on Monday. I was embarrassed to cheer for the Dolphins after what they did that last drive. Is that fireable, or is that because who came on and said it was like that looks like we're headed in the direction of not running a team anymore.
Of a firing.
Yes.
That Mike McDaniel, like, I forget who it was yesterday, saying that that's the pathway to being fired as a head coach. The quarterback is complaining after the game that they can't get the right people in. You're calling timeouts when you need to be running quick plays, and that
first it was a Cuno.
No, because Cuno's today.
Cuno wasn't that. It was like it. But
Appel.
you go
It
from
was Appel. It was Appel.
1st and 10 to now 2nd and 20, and you're down by 6. Like, what are we doing here?
I'm shocked that you guys didn't win the game. Like, I know we're having fun here with how that ended when they got the ball back. And I've been extremely critical of Mike McDaniel. I've been critical of Tua. I thought Tyreek was going to be a disaster this year, and I still think inevitably he'll get traded. But how they didn't win that game, Milton Williams was phenomenal. But still, for Mike McDaniel, they're going to get slaughtered probably by the Bills. If they could just keep it like 28-17, it almost feels like it's a victory, even if they lose that game. But the next 2 games after that, I think you guys play the Jets and the Panthers. You lose one of those games, I don't understand how Stephen Ross justifies keeping this coach around. But Stephen Ross is the same guy that has employed, your general manager, Chris Greer, for 7,000 years. So who the heck knows what he's going to do?
Were you impressed by the Patriots, though? I know you're saying you can't believe that the Dolphins didn't win, and we've talked a lot about the Dolphins. I think you're in the same boat with us. Inevitably, Mike McDaniel is going to lose his job. But are you impressed at all by the Patriots through 2 weeks? I mean, finally, their quarterback gets a win. But who was it? Ben Volen yesterday that told us that's only the second time where he starts and finishes a game and he actually earns a victory. So I don't know, like the idea that the Patriots with Vrabel were going to be number 2 in the AFC East, I'm not feeling too great about that.
I'll say this. Let's look at what he's working with. The offensive line is improved, but it's still a problem. They have some good running backs this year, but the wide receivers, you still don't have. I know they have Stephon Diggs, but he's not Stephon Diggs of old. You still don't have a bona fide number 1 wide receiver. Like, I'd be curious to see, even though the Dolphins' offensive line is no good, if you put Devon Achane, if you put Tyreek Hill, if you put Jalen Waddle with Drake May, I think that would be a really fun offense to watch. I like the way that Drake May played in the game. It may be his best game as a pro, but last year, he put lipstick on a pig and he really had nothing to work with. And he was turning garbage into gold constantly. I look at Drake May. I see a little of Josh Allen in him. I see a little of Justin Herbert. I see a little of Matthew Stafford, but they got to surround him with more talent. And with that being said, in week 1 to week 2, here was the biggest difference. Week 1, they had a conservative game plan. They were calling it like Tom Brady was the quarterback. You now have a mobile quarterback, a dual threat quarterback, a guy that if everything gets cooking, you hope he could be a Josh Allen, a Justin Herbert, a Matthew Stafford. Those types of guys, you got to start calling a more aggressive approach on offense, which they did to their credit up against the Miami Dolphins. So am I walking away saying, oh my goodness gracious, this team is great? Absolutely not. But I do look at the Patriots as they could still be the second best team in the AFC East. And you don't have to be that good to be the second best team in the AFC East. The Jets stink. Their fans took a moral victory in week 1, and they got embarrassed in week 2. Mike McDaniel, he is insufferable at the podium, and now Tua can't stand his guts. So the Patriots, if they could just get to 7, 8 wins, they'll be the second best team in the AFC East.
Do you see a pathway tomorrow night for the Dolphins not to be embarrassed? I'm not even saying winning the game. I'm saying a pathway to it not being an embarrassing night of primetime football for the Dolphins.
Yeah, 2 things. 1, short week. It's divisional game. Those games could be close. So that's 1. If I had to give you more of a football perspective, that Bills secondary, I know Justin Fields was horrible, but that's more so Justin Fields. We saw the way that the Ravens moved the ball up against them for 3.5 quarters. This got to be a massive Tyreek Hill Tua Tagovailoa game. They got to use their speed. If they use their speed to their advantage and don't turn the ball over early, they could keep it close. But at the end of the day, as long as Josh Allen is healthy, I just don't see how he doesn't do enough to at worst case scenario, squeak by with like a 23-20 victory.
Gelby, big picture, NFL all around. Who's surprising you? Because I knew the Chargers would be better with Harbaugh. They look like they can really compete in the AFC. Who's surprising you right now?
Yeah, Jesse Minter will be a head coach one day, their defensive coordinator. For them, it's all about getting wins now because eventually the Chiefs will get things going. It's going to sound like a lame answer, but it's the Packers. Like, I knew the Packers were going to be good. We knew the Packers were going to be good before they got Micah Parsons. But now it feels like the Packers are maybe the best team in the NFL and a legitimate Super Bowl contender. And you look at what they were able to do in their first 2 weeks. They smothered the Lions, and then they did a very nice job up against the Commanders. Lions were the 1 seed last year in the NFC, and the Commanders were in the NFC Championship game. So if I'm a Packers fan, I would be very, very, very happy. I think the surprise parts are more on the negatives. Like you look at the Kansas City Chiefs being 0-2, extremely disappointing. The Bengals, ironically, they're 2-0, but now Joe Burrow's going to be out for 12 weeks. So there's disappointment there with the Burrow injury, and we'll see if Jaden Daniels plays this week. I know he's iffy right now, they said.
If you had to redraft the quarterbacks from the Burrow, Tua, Herbert, Hurts draft, who are you taking first overall? Who are you taking second, third, and so on? Because obviously, it was Joe Burrow at the time, but another injury, and with the way Herbert's playing, I know Burrow's been to the Super Bowl, Gelb, but I do think there's an argument right now that if you had to redraft and look at longevity and everything, Hurts and Herbert might be one and two.
Why is Tua not part of this equation? He seems to be more durable this season than most NFL quarterbacks.
Oh, no, he is part of the equation. He's last.
The YouTube comments are going to be killing you on that one. If we were doing that draft over again, I would go Burrow, still 1, even though it's starting to look a little Andrew Luck-like, and he's getting hit as much as David Carr, but I would still go Burrow 1. He took the Bengals to the freaking Super Bowl, for crying out loud. I then would have to give the slight edge to Jalen Hurts, too, just because of the clutch gene. Now you have to build the right team around him, but he's outplayed Mahomes now twice in a Super Bowl. Herbert would then be 3. And if you put Herbert 2 and Hurts 3, I wouldn't crush you for it in this conversation for the draft. And then 4th would be Tua Tagovailoa.
Jordan Love, I think, was that draft too, right? Late in the first or second round?
No, first round. They traded back up to go get him. That's when Aaron Rodgers put the 4 fingers in the scotch. I would put Jordan Love in front of Tua too.
Oh boy, I can't even argue with them.
I
wish I could. I wish I could.
Let me tell you, my favorite part of Channing Crowder's appearance on my show was he goes, Gelby, I hate to say this because you're going to clip it and you're going to use it against me, but you were right on Mike McDaniel. You were right on Tua Tagovailoa.
Well,
Crowder, bet your ass I clipped that.
Let me ask you something real quick because I asked this of someone yesterday. Mike McDaniel, let's say he doesn't make it through the season or makes it through the season and then gets fired after that. Is he a head coaching candidate moving forward for teams who are in need of a head coach?
So he hasn't been miserable. Like, they have made the playoffs twice under Mike McDaniel, but hearing him speak, I don't know how he even got the job. Like, that dude at the podium, guys could talk themselves out of future jobs. To me, moving forward, he's an offensive coordinator. Maybe he wants to get involved in the college game. I think that could be interesting, but I don't think he's NFL head coaching material. I've said this 2 years ago. I'll say it again. I got the coaching ick with Mike McDaniel. I have the coaching ick now with Ben Johnson. And that was before the start of the season. What he said about Matt LaFleur, win a game first before you start talking crap about Matt LaFleur. Your offense can't do much. You're criticizing the tush push, saying it's not an explosive play. You're the Bears. You never had a 4,000-yard passer in your franchise's history. You take a first down, you take a touchdown, even if it comes the way of the tush push. And then the most egregious one, I'm a Michigan guy. I like Colston Loveland, but he's nowhere close to the player that Tyler Warren is. How the heck did they not draft Tyler Warren in front of Colston Loveland? So Ben Johnson, sorry, Hawk, I know I'm going after you today, killing the Dolphins and killing your Bears.
You can't.
Geez Louise.
No, you can't not believe in Ben Johnson after 2 games. You can start to not believe in Caleb Williams, but you can't not believe in Ben Johnson.
I had maybe he goes on to be a good coach. I had the ick with him. I've had the ick with him before the season.
Well, you were right on Mike McDaniel. He did have the ick on Mike McDaniel a while ago.
I've only given the ick out to one other coach. That was Mike McDaniel. Now we're trying it with Ben Johnson. We'll see how that works in a year or two when I still work for you guys and not get paid a single dime to do the segment.
Okay, well, Eberflus and Ben Johnson, who you have the ick with, Caleb Williams with a Sean McVay. Like, could Caleb still be good? Because we see the talent. He looks bad in games.
You know what it is? Some guys are just not made to be an alpha and a leader. This kid has talent. He's elusive. I just don't know if he galvanizes that locker room. And when things don't go right, and quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks, you have to overcome adversity. In week 1, I know it was terrible in week 2 for J.J. McCarthy, but J.J. McCarthy embarrassed himself and then somehow won NFC Offensive Player of the Week. That kid has moxie. That kid has toughness. For Caleb, has so much talent, more talent than J.J. McCarthy, but he just doesn't have the adversity and the toughness gene yet.
Zack Gelb from the Infinity Sports Network. We immediately let any guest go when we hear them utter that kid has moxie. That's just a show rule we've had.
It's
for
all right.
10
Jimmy
years.
has moxie. I love Jimmy. He's my favorite person.
Jimmy does have moxie.
F all three of you clowns. Goodbye.
He fits at the WFAN studios. He's perfect.
I can't tweet out a you picture, man.
He's perfect. He's absolutely perfect. All right, Zack Gelb from the Infinity Sports Network. We'll take a break here.
Make 2025 the year you finally get the Cadillac that you're watching ride down the road. You're looking at the neighbor's driveway. Get your own. And at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac, they have your back during the Road Ahead sales event. That means you get all the savings on all the best Cadillacs out there. Right now, you can get behind the wheel of a 2024 Cadillac Lyrics or XT4. You pick which one you want. Both two beautiful vehicles for only $319 a month. Or imagine how much you will be saving on select models of the 2024 Cadillacs. 3.9% financing and $1,000 purchase allowance. My man Teddy Morris, Chris Atkins, the GM over there, they're watching out for you. They want to get you in a beautiful Cadillac. Whether you're driving to the game, going to pick up the kids, going to the grocery store, on a hot date. Come on now. You ride up in a Lyrics or XT4 for only $319 a month. At the date, you got something going. And financing as low as 3.9% plus $1,000 purchase allowance. Get ready for the road ahead at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. And I'm telling you, my entire driveway is backed by Morris. It is a great feeling to be backed by Morris.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I'd like to officially go on record. I am wearing underwear today.
5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. So Solana brought in a 104.3 WQAM t-shirt for all of us to sign. I guess there was a listener that wanted a signed t-shirt from me and Crowder and Solana and Jimmy. And so I signed it. I mangled my signature. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. I mangled my own signature, and then I wrote 560, which isn't the station anymore. And so then I had to write slash 104.3 as if I meant that. And then Crowder, he's got, 52 and whatever. He's used to signing autographs. Solana wrote a book. But then Jimmy came in like a pro and knocked down his signature. It was perfect, looked good. And then Crowder talked him into writing 69 on it.
You gotta have something.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, you put 560 slash 104.3.
Way too many numbers.
Solana put.
Next time I'll just put my phone number.
13 Dade County. Jimmy needed a number.
69.
Nothing better.
Nice. All right. 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. And you can watch some football, Funky Buddha, tomorrow. Hurricane Rewind is coming up after us tonight. And before we get out of here, let me talk about Atlantic Men's Clinic. I've mentioned again and again, I'm a believer, and it's another summer over, and maybe you've noticed your energy is lower and your workouts aren't as productive and you're not sleeping as well. Maybe you feel that brain fog. Maybe your sex drive is off. If you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call Atlantic Men's Clinic today. Get treated for that low T, because living with low testosterone is no way to live. Atlantic Men's Clinic, they're the experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. Low T causes a lot of problems. Like I said, low sex drive, bad sleep, unproductive workouts, decreased energy. And if you're like many men who are low T, within just a few weeks, you'll feel your energy return and that brain fog go away. Your sleep gets better. Your workouts get better. Your sex drive will be significantly enhanced as well. So go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Schedule a consult. They do your lab work. They have your results within 30 minutes. A Florida licensed medical provider will review your results with you and discuss your options. Atlantic Men's Clinic. Most men wait a year or longer. There's no need to wait. There's now 7 locations in South Florida, including their new office in Hollywood. So call them today, 877-455-7300, or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. All right, that's going to do it for us. We're going to have a little pre-show lunch at Tucker Duke's tomorrow in Deerfield Beach, some Hochman burgers all around, and then we'll come in. We'll do a 2-hour show, 2 till 4, and then Game Day Uncensored. We'll take over at 4 o'clock, and we'll have a little Dolphins football tomorrow night to watch on TV. I mean, the time of our lives. We got action, Jack. So everybody have a great and safe Wednesday night. We will speak with you mañana.
Lights on, Hawk.